still synced when you talk, according to the light bouncing.
Okay.
And Chrome is still doing its thing.
All right.
We should be live again.
Okay, it sounds a lot more synced.
Okay. Well, that's neat. All right, that's a neat experience. I've never seen that before. Great. Okay, that was cool. All right, we're all learning together.
Yeah, I can't even begin to guess what just happened.
If you didn't have any like things you wanted to leave behind in 2022, what's one more problem you could just immediately make a resolution for?
I would love to get. I love how this is just also all pixelated and shit on my screen because I'm doing like 30 things. So it's my Twitch is currently bringing this down at 360p, which is what I set it to at some point to save bandwidth. I guess I don't know.
I think it automatically does that when it knows you're streaming.
Oh, okay.
But
because it looks
can't be certain.
It looks like garbage in 360p. I mean, it looks beautiful otherwise, obviously.
No, of course, yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll queue us up.
It looks even better in 160p.
Oh, that's probably true. All right, so over the course of the last... I really started this back in 2020, but in the last 2 years, 2021 and 2022, I've produced 102, that's the exact number, TSIs for the website, almost all of which incorporate some component of WikiHow art. Originally, the thought was, if I steal art from WikiHow, this will be much easier and I can save time. What I rapidly realized is, if I steal art from WikiHow, it will be a huge pain in the ass, and I'm just doing it to continue this joke because most of WikiHow's art is almost completely unusable.
I thought you were about to say, and then AI art became what it is, and so now I don't need WikiHow anymore.
That's the only. I feel like that's the only way you can get like more.
Yeah, so like we're already behind about 3 layers of abstraction, so it's like part of it's just the running gag at this point. So I have a folder, and in that folder, so I've got 3 folders now. I've got 2021, 2022, and 2023. There is an image in 2023, and if we get through the whole list today, I will reveal the first TSI of 2023. And they have a naming convention, and that naming convention is literally 2-day month, 2-day year .png. That's it. It's nothing special. And it's the date the episode goes live. So even if I finish the image ahead of time, I predate it. There's a couple times where we got out of sync because Guillaume released the episode early or whatever. But broadly speaking,
could you explain to those who may not know what a TSI is?
That's a great point. So if you go to NintendoWorldReport.com, there's a series of, I think it's 9? 7?
2, 3, 4, 6.
It should be. It's
7. I think that's 7.
It's 2, 3. It's 2 on the bottom, 3 on 2 columns of 3, and then
it's 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's 9. It's 4 at the bottom, and then it's like a 4 square, and then there's one big one.
Yeah, and so the big TSI is like the featured content, and then the other ones are, in my estimation, should be content that's a little bit older. And the idea is that you rotate these things around to attract interest to articles and features and other stuff that's been published to the site. TSI stands for top site images. It's a very literal term. One of the reasons I started making TSIs for the RFN articles is it felt like people don't make them. Like they'll write these amazing articles that have a ton of content in them, and then they'll just like drop it on the page and walk away, and it makes me crazy. I used to actually go back and make them for people.
It doesn't help. Here's a little inside baseball.
Were amazing.
Here's a little inside baseball. It doesn't help that if you schedule an article to go live later, there's no way to attach a TSI.
There sure isn't.
You have to go in and do it later.
I've thought about that, and I've thought about trying to get access to the site code to add that functionality. I also thought about making it so they rotated, so it's supposed to there being one big TSI they could cycle through. Because one of the things that I think we should be doing is have some more kineticness up there and attract people. And in fact, on the mobile site, it does cycle through. I just wanted to have something there that people could see and could draw attention to articles. Now, I've gone in there and yelled at people to make TSIs before. I've done all kinds of stuff where it's like, you just posted a review of... What was a good one? I won't name names actually. But like I'll use Xenoblade 3 as an example. It did have a TSI, but like they'd post a game of that importance and not even review and not even do the TSI, and I just lose my fucking mind every time.
The idea is you want people to click the thing that you spend all this time working on.
Right.
People are very visual, so like don't just use any random image. Like it's like a thumbnail you put on a YouTube video. Like what you don't want the YouTube algorithm to pick at the thumbnail for you. Like put some little elbow grease into it.
A little bit. It's not that hard.
Or go to WikiHow and do what the heck you want.
Yeah, or go try to make something. And so what I've been trying to do for the last little bit over 2 years is create images that like make people go, "What the fuck?" and open up the. Can I say what the fuck on the Nintendo World Report? I just said it. Yeah. I said it twice.
We do all the time. So if you can't, then I'm in trouble.
Okay. All right. Good. So. Like, it's part of, at this point, it's just leaning into the skid of whatever RFN's become under my hosting.
You think you've painted yourself in a corner with the paint of WikiHow?
Yeah, no, I've definitely done that. That's, like, the idea of over-reliance on one joke to the point that it's a crippling impact on the show is absolutely, like, normal for RFN. Like, oh, we're going to rely on the same stupid-ass joke for...
Kind of on brand, actually.
Yeah, it's very on brand. We are constantly crippled by our own history. So
there was a point where this clearly should have stopped, but let's just keep on going and see what happens.
Right, it might get funnier.
Kind of the premise of Mario Party Monthly too.
Yeah, you're right. As I've gone into every Mario Party Monthly whenever I see it's live and gone, why are you still doing this?
Punishment games are a good incentive.
I mean, I guess. So I would say I spend on average about an hour on each one of these, which is way too long. But
yeah,
I do think they at least drive some engagement because there's definitely been some I've posted. People go, "What the fuck?" And that's part of it. Part of it is I just try to make myself laugh. Like that's the guiding principle on these. Last year I did 52. This year I did 50. The difference is I didn't write as many completely insane articles for NWR this year. I don't think I wrote any. So like, there's no article about Pokemon Company International kill demand to promote Pokemon Legends Arceus. And then
there's no documentary.
No.
Crazy feat.
No proposals about incorporating Web3 into Pokemon?
No, none of that. There was like 6 or 7 articles that got started, and my normal process is I write the joke that popped into my head. Usually it's like a paragraph somewhere on article, like paragraph 3 or 4. And then I try to flesh the article out around it in an hour, and if I can't, I just bail. There's like 6 or 7 of those from this year, but I was never able to like flesh the thing out like I quite could with this indignation I wrote where I basically accused Pokemon Company of using a snuff film to promote a new game. To the point where they released a tweet and it's like, "No, he didn't die, he's fine." And I'm like, I hope I caused that. I hope I caused those guys to have to post that tweet. Because that's
not impossible.
I was just tweeting that article at them like every few hours. Like, you killed this man. So I'm really hopeful that like to some degree it was like, oh no, we didn't fucking kill him. Jeez, he's fine.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
how do you know he's fine? It was over 100 years ago. But they did have the second video that was like, oh, everything's clear in the video now. Oh, he's fine. See? I was like, damn. Like, when that video came out, I realized he was always going to be fine. But I liked to imagine at that moment that they freaked out. They're like, this idiot thinks we killed a man in a promotional video. So I haven't had images for that. But I have created a bunch of images. So we're going to actually try to rate them. I have created a tournament bracket. Let me show the. Oh. I don't know. I heard somebody hop in real quick.
That was my MacBook charger.
Oh, nice.
OBS should actually automatically mute Discord sound effects.
Nice. All right. Let me.
Weird, funny, magical noises whenever they do things.
Let me real quick show the bracket. I'm going to use the OBS browser. This is going to go great. I've never had any success with the OBS browser, so this will be fun.
It's not the best.
Yeah, I had.
By the way,
once to play music, but like it doesn't. Even if if you pay for YouTube Premium, I almost said YouTube Red. Wow. or like a Chrome extension to change that.
I
By the way,
can't.
quick OBS pro tip: if you click on Studio mode, then you can actually see. You can actually have a thing on the left where you can make changes to your layout before they go live.
Yeah. I tried using the bracket and it didn't work. Like I can't navigate around it, so it very much defeats the purpose.
Okay.
But I have a bracket, so we'll just rely on the knowledge that I've got a bracket, and it basically just
If
lists.
it's on a browser, we could like put it in the chat for people to view.
That's true. I could put it in the chat. Hopefully, y'all can get to that.
It works. Yeah, it works for me.
Sweet. Well, that'll do. So you can see we have to crown our best TSI. Best might also mean worst, depending on who you are. We have to get to 47 matchups. So we're gonna move through this pretty briskly.
Boy.
I'll bring up the matchup. We can talk about it a little bit. I'll give the names of the episodes they're for, and I'll put a poll in the chat. And any person in the call gets one vote, and the chat gets one vote, and the winner is the winner.
Oh, the chat as a whole is one vote.
Yes, so we're gonna use the poll for the chat as a vote, which is gonna be interesting. I might just make the poll A and B over and over again, where A is the.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let me show you what A and B will look like. You could join the call, Seren. That is something you could do. But let's go ahead and bring up our first matchup. So. These are the first two, and of course, the very first one I pull up is a fucked up image that's the wrong resolution. So that's awesome. Thrilled by this.
Would not have it any other way.
Yeah. These were randomly seeded. I did not make an attempt to seed them. This is 724 PNG and 213 PNG. So July and February. And I don't have my notes on what's what open. Hold on. Let me go pull those back up. I've got every single one lined up in a document. So, 724 is simply titled Episode 781, War Gods is My Religion. And 213 is Episode 758, We Stared into the Kirby Abyss. Do I remember the context for these images? No.
Oh, that's the best part about them.
No,
not having any idea.
So, I mean, the Kirby one, based on when it happened and the name, I'm guessing this is the direct where they announced Kirby and the Forgotten Lands.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Now, why we would mention War Gods? No fucking clue. No idea. Like, I don't know what brought us to mention War Gods. It is unfathomable, but this is the RFN experience. I think we're all pretty well accustomed to whatever dumb bullshit is happening in RFN at any given moment. Like, yeah, that's where we're at. So I think how we're gonna do this is I'm just gonna throw a poll.
John there on the left, isn't it? That's how J&J Dream Factory was created in a church.
God was not involved in that. I'm just gonna say for the polls so I can reuse them over and over again. It's just gonna be A and B, or actually, you know what? I'll do left and right. That way, it's easier to just vote on them that way. I'm not going to allow additional voting, and I'm going to say 1 minute polling. So I'm going to go ahead and start the poll on this one.
Okay.
I
So
like go ahead.
For the one on the left,
Yeah.
was the stained glass window already part of the window?
No, those are War Gods characters that I converted into a stained glass window.
Okay, that brings the quality of this one up for me.
Like I said, there's a frightening amount of time spent on these.
Yeah, that I think I would vote on that one personally.
The Kirby one, I remember this, even though it was all the way back in February. This one took a long time because I actually redrew the WikiHow character. I didn't just
say it looks like you had to go through. I'm assuming he wasn't all pink.
No,
it looks like you had to select lots of most of the body and crop out the head, and then you added gradients to just certain parts of it.
All about saving time, right?
I have to say,
right.
I think
all about saving time,
only because it looks like you put a lot of effort into the proper shading. I know I'm the techie when it comes to.
I traced over his body with the black outline, and then on a layer under the black outline, I went solid pink, and then I looked at the original image to identify where the shading should be, and added shading manually. I remember this one took for fucking ever. Again, to your point, all about saving time.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these, I recall, took a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, hearing the whole story of having to redraw that, it does tip the balance a little bit.
I redrew both of them. It's not like a filter to just go, I would like to turn these War Gods characters into stained glass.
Oh, that's
Well,
true. Oh, it's a
was
tough
James
call.
Jim the first AI artist? You tell me.
Horrifying.
They do kind of look like AI art on the left.
It does a little bit. I need War Gods stained glass, please. I don't remember what the search terms for the left one were, but I remember the right one. I think was just like WikiHow Scream. Like, and then I just went through about 1 million images because I think there was an article literally called like "How to Scream."
Mm-hmm.
What the? Okay.
Yeah, I don't look. One of the things I've learned here is that WikiHow is a constant nightmare.
Yeah, at a certain point, I should know better.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, so chat went with right. Xander, it sounds like you're on right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and advance right. I actually have the ability to advance the tournament. So let me go to that tab real quick. I guess I should start the bracket, technically speaking. All right, cool. Now it's running. And I can go ahead and move 213 up the bracket as the winner.
Congratulations, Kirby. I swear, if Kirby wins...
The idea of Seren being able to join this call is more terrifying than I realized, because then, like, it's an even number of votes and could tie.
Why do you do this?
I'm only going to vote if there's a tie.
Okay,
yeah,
that works.
That's how I'm going to manage it. All right, so I did have a plan because I fully expected that to happen. All right, so I'm going to test out my tech for switching over the showing ones. All right, I think if I hit transition... Oh, it worked! Hell yes! All right, this is 9/11 and 5/01. So 9/11 is episode 7. What was that?
Very loaded episode date.
Oh yeah, wait to hear that episode title. Episode 788. Bullets are for demons, not walls.
Oh.
And I think I said it was 5/01 was the other one, right? Yeah. Episode 769. Hangin' with an apostrophe. And bangin', also with an apostrophe. I do remember the context for both of these, actually. One was Guillaume playing Doom, and he was mad that he was spending all his money on the walls. By money, I mean bullets. And the other one was, I mentioned pickleball. John, our resident geriatric, learned about pickleball during that episode.
Oh, no.
And I'm not joking. I've made this joke on the show, except it's not a joke. He then proceeded to text me pickleball facts as he did his own research for literally the next 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
I got my absolute favorite was one he sent me about a pro baseball player who was now playing pickleball, and I'm like, John, why are you like this? I was eating a bagel when I got that text message.
This is like
wow, you quite the memory.
This is like when we did the Mario Party monthly punishment where Joe had to play March of the Penguins for Game Boy Advance.
Read my mind, Matt. He did
the following Mario Party, he showed up and just every couple minutes would just start spouting facts about penguins.
I mean, that's fair, honestly.
Yeah.
Like there's a certain amount of I've got to get my own revenge somehow.
Which he actually educated us, and in turn, I went out of my way and I watched a little National Geographic video about penguins. Turns out their lives kind of suck. Like, you would never want to be a penguin. It's a hard life.
I hadn't contemplated. Oh, I just screwed it up and changed the image. Hold on, 1 second, please. I need to get hanging and banging back on screen. There we go. So I'm trying to stage the next one, and I accidentally blew it up. That's okay. There we go.
I'm inclined to prefer the one on the right. It's got a more clear framing to it. The staging is more immediately obvious.
That's fair.
It's slightly less obvious on how you on what you did, whereas I think the left one, just slapping those bad boys on top of that person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the left one needs to be explained a little bit too much because
That's
I know
fair.
the weird factor is part of the point.
Yeah.
But this one, it just kind of looks like, okay, I'm sure something's going on here.
Yeah, the specifically that's not pickleball, that is slam ball, I think, whatever it's called. It's like this weird like sport where they hit the ball off of a trampoline and they're all just standing in a circle trying to smash ball. It's stupid as shit.
yeah.
I mean, if you
That was
had
very
found a
popular.
WikiHow art of pickleball specifically, that would have been quite impressive.
I don't know if Smash Ball is still popular, but I remember seeing that quite a bit around like when I graduated high school and all the grad parties I went to. Like, I remember seeing that more than cornhole, which I was very surprised by.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't catch which one won the poll. Did somebody note that?
I didn't look.
Are we gonna have to go ahead?
There might be a way to check that. I'll double check.
I don't know. I could just create it again. Oh, right won the poll. Okay. So I believe right advances then. All right, that's easy enough. So let me go ahead and report the score and just go ahead and say that right got 1 point. And
James, I'll tell you up front that the moment you realized all the powers you had as a mod in this chat, you were started using features that me and Joe, having done this for 3 years, didn't know about.
nice.
So
Love it. All right.
Like,
Our next one up is 227 and 1002. 1002, which is the one on the right, is episode 791. Earthworm Jim will never score. It is about exactly what you think it is. And episode 227 is episode 760, and you can take that to the bank, which was a weird attempt to start a new catchphrase in RFN.
is that Penn from Penn and Teller?
That is not Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jeez, bad action movie actor. I'm blanking on his name all of a sudden.
Oof.
there's a lot of those.
Ended up like moving to Steven Seagal. That's it. Yes, it's Seagal. Because again, this is one of those ones where like the title is just an amalgamation of things that were happening on the show. The one on the right was we were talking about bad mascot characters, and I just at one point declared that Earthworm Jim will never have sex.
The imagery of this woman just terrified of Earthworm Jim looming over her is really appealing to me.
He's taking they're at a wedding, is the narrative I'm casting here. And he's gonna shoot his shot, and she's absolutely not interested.
Yeah, my vote's got to go for that one.
I don't know. I kind of like them both. Like, I think what's drawing me to the left one is the ridiculousness of this guy's neck fitting into that collar.
Oh yeah,
Like, it's not perfect, but it's just like perfect enough for me to be like, that's funny.
I think the story that we had crafted is we were talking about Seagal. We had cast the "you can take that to the bank" for the one episode catchphrase it was, and at some point we were talking about like Steven Seagal trying to stop robbing a bank, because RFN is a podcast about nothing related to video games, if possible, at all times.
As not intended.
It is. It is consistently on its quest to be the dumbest podcast possible.
James, did you do anything with this like ninja hood, or is this a part of the image?
I think I drew it.
You drew it? Okay.
The chat has voted left.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought Earthworm Jim was a shoe-in on this one.
I'm
You're the deciding vote, Xander.
I didn't know if gosh darn it. I don't want to be this deciding vote. Now I feel pressured.
As you should. This is a very important decision.
That's right.
It's just there's so much similarities between these two. Like both of them on the left have a character with a photoshopped head.
Yes.
It's much more realistic than the. You said you didn't see these intentionally. It's funny the duality.
The computer randomly seeded everything.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with left. I think I'm gonna go with left because right is relying more on that background image. I think really this is just a picture
Okay.
Jim's head.
All right.
I think you did more with the left. So
Yeah, I did do more with the left. The horror to me is what makes the right one go. But I understand your point. So we've just finished our first. So this is a very weird tournament because a 50 seed tournament is stupid and doesn't make any sense, and no one would ever do that. So
It's just how many people show up to the tournament,
right.
You know.
So the bracket ends up looking very odd. And I also haven't set the next bracket up, so give me 1 second. It's 619 and 320. So let me go ahead and set those real quick. That's right. I could just type. That's
I feel like I should be like. I feel like I'm at like an art viewing. Like I should have like some champagne and cheese in the corner.
Oh God, it's this one. This is a stupid.
Oh, that's what you want to hear.
Whatever one that you just put in, that's what I vote for.
I don't know what. Oh God, it's this one. Oh jeez, this is a stupid matchup. All right.
I'm glad that we got that reaction for both of them.
Yeah, you'll see in a second. All right. There we go. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So 619 is episode 760 or 776. Lice are a big problem for hair demons. Which true. And the other one was what did I say it was? 320. It is. I did all this by hand. I should really have just put these in one. The Pangs of Turrican.
Is that Dr. House?
It is Dr. House on Rex's body doing in the little during the Pyramithra reveal. There was like a little corner pop in of Rex freaking out that I've isolated that I use for various things. That is Dr. House from the House MD DSiWare games, sprite of him. The clown nose and the stunner shades were from the sprite. I did not add those. I simply appended his head to Rex's reaction. Because this man is having chest pains due to Turrican.
Well, I'm voting for the DSi war game.
It's bad.
Yeah,
that's a bad one.
Yeah.
Like, these are both awful. But I want to draw a little bit of attention on the right one, where I'm simply indicating that the you cannot use the dog flea dip on cats, or the cat one on dog, or the cat one on witches, or the witch one on dogs. That was what I was going for on that one. I probably didn't have much to work with that episode.
The Bayonetta one has like a striking first reaction, I will admit.
Yeah, it's haunting.
Yeah, votes got to go for Dr. House.
All right, so I'll do the poll real quick.
I'm gonna vote for Bayonetta. That one, like, I just actually stare at and ponder. I felt like I was looking at an art piece.
So where are we at right now? We're at there's 2 houses and a Bayonetta.
Yep.
All right, so chat, go for it.
2 houses, 1 Bayonetta.
It does not seem particularly close.
Yeah, the chat's going for the one on the right.
Yeah, they sure are.
0 to 5.
Well, that's good. That gives
1 to 5.
That gives me a chance.
1 vote for the left
to set up the next one. It is 7:30 and 10 and 109. You know, all the episodes starting with, this is going to be a rout. I haven't even seen what the other one is, but this is going to be a rout. This is one that, oh no!
If NWR had a hype man, I think it would be James.
Oh, this might not be a rout. This might be.
Is it a hype man if like he's just going, oh God, this is about to be horrific?
This is this is the danger of random seeding. All right, so right one.
For our audience, yes, I think that is absolutely hyping.
Okay, so that's 619. 1. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and do the next round up. Oh, I need to actually make them visible.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's always a moment of anxiety and anticipation with the Twitch delay.
There it is.
Oh yeah, both of them. All my Joanna's gone.
This is 7:30 and 109. 109 on the right is All My Joanna's Gone, episode 753, and 730 is episode 782, Mad Whale McCree.
I'm going with
This is
the right.
not a simple choice.
No,
Yeah. No, I'm going with the right.
you're going with the right.
Although, did you make that Mad Whale McCree?
Yes.
Like, yeah,
Whatever you're asking, if I made it, the answer is yes. The only thing that is salvaged is the shirt from the guy and the background.
I would like to give a special shout out to Mad Whale. Like that looks really good. Looks good.
So that's another one where I literally got a text from John when he saw it, and it was just him laughing.
There's the whale pic himself does not seem to be edited besides just being cut and pasted, and yet there is a fitting expression on him. It just kind of works.
I looked at a lot of whales. Which is an insane phrase for a person to say. I looked at a lot of whales.
In terms of how it fits into the larger episodes, it's All My Joanna's Gone. In terms of what we're doing here, whale.
I'm saying whale.
I saw the whale's the first one I saw, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be a slaughter. Like this was on my short list of like, oh, this thing's gonna win. But Joanna's were on there too, and when I saw the second one, I'm like, why did I randomly see this?
Yeah, were you pulling like a from Andy Warhol when you did your Joanna's bit?
Yeah, so I was just tried to think through like what. So it's based largely on different Bond characters. So there's Joanna as a fake Japanese person. Wow, chat digs the whale. There's actually it's based on
The whale.
the actor. It's not specifically Bond. Sean Connery. So there is the very Scottish Joanna. There's the Bond suit Joanna. There's the fake Japanese Joanna. There is the one inspired by that movie where he was a dragon on the bottom left. There's the Indiana Jones one.
The top middle one looks like Leon from.
She's a lizard. That's the dragon one. I don't remember what the story behind the bottom left one was.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was a very stupid one, but whale wins. The whale was 730 and is likely in position to do a lot of damage going forward. We have just gotten. Oh man, we need to move. All right, let me get to the next one queued up. 814 and 130. At least it'll be easy to find. All right. I've just gotten used to the music being in my ears now, so it doesn't even.
Meanwhile, I can't even have the music on, or else I'll hear us twice.
There we go. Okay. I don't know why that one was so big, but sure. Also,
a little sneak preview.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm surprised that showed because I'm using the. I didn't have it hidden. That's why. And then I said it was what? It was 130. Okay. This would be really useful if I had like 2 screens as opposed to just this laptop. But I don't. So we're just going to get by. All right, cool. All right, so if I go unfreeze that and then freeze that and transition, there it is. These are let's see. Episodes. I should have put all this into the form ahead of time. I've learned a lesson here. 814. 814 is episode 784, Psyduck, You Sucker. And then...
I feel very threatened by this Psyduck.
I like both of these. They both look kind of nice.
130 is episode 756, Kawaii is in the Eye of the Beholder. I believe this is the episode that had an entire Japanese phrase as the abstract, which is the text under the title on the main page, where I described the concept.
Look at you! You even beveled the inside of the.
I did.
Glass.
Which is surprisingly hard to do in
You really do put way too much effort into these.
I do.
You did this paint.
I'm using paint.net.
This is amazing. I wish I'd known that from the beginning. That changes everything.
It's
Psyduck.
let's see. All right, so I'm putting the poll up now. And while that runs, I will go ahead and set up the next one.
You did that whole Kirby in Paint? That's crazy.
Paint.net. So it's better than Paint, but it's not Photoshop. That's for sure.
Still.
Yeah, Paint, Microsoft Paint, and Paint.net are very different apps.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I'm not familiar with Paint.net.
It's not completely bare bones. Somebody can keep an eye on the poll for me.
It's 5-0.
That's a pretty,
Yeah,
that's
I
pretty.
gotta give it to Psyduck too. So
Yeah, Psyduck's got this under control.
So
I
that
think.
is 3 out of 4 for Psyduck.
424.
Going for Psyduck, but I have to point out that the magnifying glass bit does look very nice.
Thank you.
A full and complete sweep for
Give me a
Psyduck.
little shine.
All right. Well, then Psyduck advances. That was the right one, which should make it 814. Congratulations to Psyduck. So the thing is, that was actually really close to. It was about 2 episodes removed from the Mad Whale McCree, and I didn't think about it at the time. It was after the fact, and I was looking at them in the folder. I went, wait, I just did this gag. Fuck. All right, so next up is there we go. All right. This is additional I have no context for these. I'm pretty sure the one on the right is still John talking about getting into pickleball because again, he's old. 703 is episode 777. Are we really doing banana conspiracies? Which, fuck if I know. And then 424 on the right is episode 768, Pickleball Death Pool.
I just saw the alteration to the banana bit. Like, it took me
yeah,
like,
the Illuminati symbol, like as simple as it seems to have been to do, like it just works. It fits in
blends in way better
perfectly.
than you first. Now that you see it, it's hard to unsee it. But boy, oh boy,
there's a certain amount of like my brain has to be broken to come up with these sometimes, and I don't remember why I yelled it, but at some point I simply just yelled, "We are not doing banana conspiracies," and that just became the go-to. I think originally the death pool wasn't about. Well, it was about pickleball, but it was about who was going to die first because they're all old, and I dialed that back a little bit. But John is in there. He is the only character I had to significantly modify from my image search for various WikiHow pickleball articles. I had to come up with stats for everybody. John is plus 210, so I did have him favored in the tournament. That was my gift to him.
I feel like the one on the right, unfortunately, is going up. It's going up against like a real hyper or not hyper, like a 4K image or whatever. So it's like it's being dealt a bit of a bad hand. I'm going to go with the banana bit.
Yeah,
I'm going with Death Poll.
it's
My vote's for bananas.
all right. So it's up to the chat.
Chat says Death Poll.
It's tie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a tie. All right. I think I'm gonna go with the I like the joke more in the death poll, honestly, but I think the subtlety of this is the first one where the numbers don't match. Oh fuck. I think the subtlety of the banana is a nice little surprise. So I will go with the banana, which was 703. Congratulations to bananas. So this is I'm now doing 306 versus 206. So I need to go get those queued up. It might be helpful if I gave somebody the file and they could look up the names while I'm doing this. All right.
Why would we ever do the sensible thing?
Yeah, sometimes we learn. All right. So This is 703 versus 206. 703 is episode 7's. No, wait, no, sorry, that's the wrong one. That's the one we just did. Let me go back to the bracket. 703 is the one I just marked as a winner. This is 306 versus 206. 306 is episode 761, a sumptuous, salubrious celebration. I have no context for that. Episode 206 is 757, catching Pokemon for the perpetually helpless. This was a commentary on the fact that every single NPC in Pokemon Legends Arceus is completely useless.
Right, that lady's afraid of the Mewtwo.
Yeah, because that
Question.
Yes.
Can you shrink the image on the left so that the full Chiron can be visible underneath the frame?
I can try.
Yeah, there's a little bit getting cut off there. Looks like Princess Peach administration.
No comment.
Yeah.
Getting support from Bowser.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. This one is a very wrong resolution, and I don't know why. I'm usually pretty good about making the resolutions sit where I want them. I could start queuing up the next set. And
there's
do
a
the poll.
visceral energy to the Pokemon one that I appreciate.
Yeah.
But the Goomba one, it's a very fully featured joke to me that I really enjoy.
It's a little bit of a more active participation by me as the author of that one. If somebody wants to make the poll, that would be lovely. Any mod should just be able to slash poll.
Yeah, slash poll.
And I can start queuing up the next ones to try to keep things moving.
Or come on.
I've been setting them for 1 minute.
All right, poll is up.
Cool. There we go. All right, so I'm queued up and ready to go for the next one.
I'm gonna go with Mario only because I think I want that Mewtwo to be cropped, to make it look like it fits into that like sheet, kind of like the rest of the stuff you've added.
Yeah.
That looks like it's gonna add.
Yeah,
but I like the joke.
Yeah, I think that what I was going for was the fact that, like, anytime the characters who decided to settle in this island to study Pokemon encountered Pokemon, they had a panic attack.
Yeah.
And so, like, I went with the least threatening Pokemon I could come up with, which was a person hiding under a sheet with a Badoo mask, terrifying everyone.
Okay. I didn't read that it was a Mewtwo mask. I just thought it was like a Mewtwo. Okay.
But
looks like the chat vote is coming in for Goomba.
yeah,
I'm also voting Goomba.
all right. That is that then. I'm glad I'm keeping them in order at least, because otherwise I'd be really screwed. All right, one, submit. I'm
only gonna be able to vote for one more before I have to jump.
That's fine. We are halfway through the first cut. I'm gonna go ahead and transition on the next set. Oh God, I know the name of the left one without even looking. That's That's episode 779, Gex and Your Wild Woody. Yep, I nailed it. And then the other one is 828, and that is episode 786, Monkey's Withdrawal.
Gex and Your Wild Yoshi or whatever. What did you say?
Gex and Your Wild Woody. The pencil's name is in fact Wild Woody.
Is this the sequel to the Earthworm Jim?
There's some overlap here, except Wild Woody's getting a little bit more of her attention.
Yeah, she seems more into it than the bride was.
The chat poll is up.
Thank you. I don't know the context for the joke on the monkey one, but he is taking a monkey pill and is having some kind of mental breakdown for the experience. Again, not all a lot of these have a joke that's completely insular to the episode, and that's fine.
Yeah, I gotta go with Woody. I'm into this. I'm into that face. Both their faces. I think that the way they just work together, that's a conversation I want to listen on.
There's some chemistry there, and I'd prefer that there weren't. But I think that makes it a successful TSI.
I think at some point someone may have just said, "Does Wild Woody have sex?" And I'm like, no. It's a fucking pencil. No, it doesn't happen.
It's kind of like that meme of the guy kind of explaining something to presumably his girlfriend at a baseball game. That's kind of the vibe I get here.
The chat has voted for Wild Woody.
Oh,
I'm not seeing a lot of Wild Woody on AO3 yet.
I mean,
Oh.
it would be really difficult because
Be
it's
the change you wish to see in the world.
All right, my food is about to arrive. So,
all right.
Bye, Saren.
bye.
I'm waiting for the poll to come on, save.
Happy New Year.
I may have broken the. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. So I need to do the next one. 123 and 10. Wow, really? So the next ones up are 123 and
Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
oh boy. Are 123 and 1023 somehow. There we go. Episode 123 is episode 755, Activision Acquisition Isekai. And
Narrative here.
1023 is episode 794, a true cover art crime podcast.
I think if you guys had a real like a gallery showing, I feel like these two would be placed next to each other.
No, you couldn't. This is Truck-kun, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the canon of Activision Blizzard isekaiing us. Stupidest image.
The chat vote is up.
Oh my god.
Gotta go to this one. I think having 5 different fonts on one image is like that's beautiful.
Yeah. I think
the Truck-kun joke alone is getting me, but like there's so much going on there.
It's
yeah.
That's
abstract art. That's what that is.
The funny thing is that's probably like the first one that it legitimately actually saved me time. Because it's using the least amount of WikiHow art. I think there's like a little cheat I put in there just for the purposes of saying, no, I used some.
There's a correlation between amount of WikiHow art and amount of effort, and it's not the one that you originally wanted.
No, it's a different experience than I expected. I'm guessing Truck-kun is winning. Yeah.
Yep, the chat has voted for Truck-kun.
Hard left. Yeah, this was one that like I very much had an expectation that this was going to win. Right out of the gate.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the good news is I used that time to queue up the next one. Did the music stop? Or is it just taking a break? All right. This is 116 versus 403. 116 I'll give them to you in order. 116 on the left is episode 754, slow rolling into our own obituary, and 403 on the right. I'm really sad Saren's not here for this one. Episode 765. This isn't even Steven Seagal's final form. He's making his second appearance.
Yeah, I was about to say that's plurality to Steven Seagal here.
Mm-hmm. That's his. Again, they're all part of the same set.
So that is John Lindemann's obituary as written from the perspective of the characters of C4 and Ivan the Terrible from Devil's Third.
Chat poll is up.
Well, is that an obituary? It looks like it's like the screenshot.
That is an image of an obituary I stole from a obituary website. It is not a real one. It is a lorem ipsum.
If you had written John's obituary, I think I would vote for it. But instead, I think I've got to go with the hamster.
I just went with the website. I didn't want to actually write an obituary.
That's a little morbid.
Yeah, but that is Devil's Third's Ivan the Terrible. So this is literally like a legacysomething.com website, and I just cropped the heads over. So that is C4, which is the female protagonist who gets absolutely fucking killed, and Ivan giving C4 a piggyback ride.
Oh.
This is a tough choice for me, which is unfortunate because the chat's coming in for legacy.com, so I've gotta break the tie.
Funny that Devil's Third is featured for the first time on an obituary website.
It could have been featured a lot sooner.
No, you really restrained yourself.
I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna give it Steven Seagal.
Okay, that is the winner.
I think that's a powerful image.
Yeah, that's again. I think at this point we were making jokes about Steven Seagal's involvement in Russia, and that's probably where this came from. Because it's fucking unbelievable. I need to queue up the next set, so that's.
I don't think I heard about that. But now that I'm seeing a headline after a quick Google search, oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, he's very involved, I guess is the word we'll say.
Learn a lot from listening to RFN.
I'm sorry.
We're very up to date with the news.
Oh, so
this is how I learn world news now.
This is another interesting matchup coming up here. These are two relatively recent ones.
Actually, I wouldn't know about anything that's happening in the world of Qatar if it wasn't for James Jones.
It's it's my legacy.
Yeah.
This
That's your obituary.
Yes, this is 1016, which is episode 793. My colleague bought a novelty fridge, and 1224, which is literally the last episode, episode 802, rejecting your family portrait, a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 spoiler cast.
Oh boy.
The image under redaction there is very related to Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Oh yeah, I feel like if you've played Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and to the end, you can imagine exactly what image it's meant to be.
Yeah, and I blurred it just enough that if you've seen it, you can make out the detail enough to go, oh yeah, it's that one.
Yep.
Sadly, I have not played it, so my vote's going to have to go to the left one. However, come back to me once I've played Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh yeah, I gotta make the poll.
Yeah,
I did live a little bit vicariously through Matt, though, who powered through 100%ing that game.
I did not 100% that.
It felt like that's how you were talking about playing it.
I might have 100% of that game. The right one, if you were not involved in that conversation, John bought the Xbox fridge only to find out it's not actually a fridge. It's a electrothermobaric cooler, which means your drinks will very slowly get warm.
Oh.
And yet you shouldn't leave it on all the time, which led me from, John, you bought a stupid fridge to you bought a novelty fridge.
Wait, he thought he was buying a fridge and instead he bought a really bad microwave?
It's still a fridge, or it's so it doesn't have any Freon or similar coolant in it. So it's just cooling it a bit. It's not like a proper refrigerator, so eventually it will get warm.
And wait, was this the official Xbox fridge you said?
Yes.
That you got?
Yes.
Okay, so they literally just wanted to lean into the joke and didn't actually make a good product.
Yes, and John wanted to lean into the joke and bought one. So I had to take the hair off the guy in the back. Obviously, I put the fridge in there, and then I actually created the police tape that says cold drinks only, which is based on a line from the instructions that explicitly says put cold drinks into it. This is a fridge that tells you to put things that are already cold in it.
The chat vote is coming in on the family photo. I guess that means I gotta break the tie. This is a really tough one. So for the family photo, I'm not sure if it's the TSI that's giving me this visceral reaction or just the existence of that photo.
It all sort of goes together, because the problem is, like, Seren, who, again, I wish she was here for this one, kept trying to get us back on the subject of the photo before it was even remotely germane. If you haven't heard the episode yet, she's trying to get us there like 5 minutes into the show, and I'm absolutely not having it. And when I finally give her free reign to take us there, it goes for like 30 minutes.
James,
there's a lot of discussion to be had over the existence of that photo, both in universe and out.
It really fucks up the canon. I mean, it is. You're right. It does keep things cold relative to the environment, but it's just such an insane. It also tells you have to unplug it after a while because it'll wear out. And John went and read reviews online after he bought it about it burning out. It's like, why did you buy this stupid thing?
after you buy it is the best time to look at reviews.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go with the family photo.
Okay, family photo advances. That was this one.
That fucking picture.
I kind of appreciate that your layout here is kind of a TSI in spirit. With the clip art frames. You misspelled the word challenge. There's like a very nice, pretty background with like a.
I did misspell the word challenge. You're right.
Xander, I have a question. Is you're not having seen that photo, like, is it because you're avoiding the spoiler, or you just don't think you'll get it?
I'm avoiding the spoiler, and I currently don't understand it. I guess.
All right.
I don't know that one.
I got to reset these up real quick. Hold on 1 second. I actually made so the frame isn't clip art. I actually drew the frame. It's not that. It wasn't that hard. Let's see.
You did a nice job.
Thank you. Oh wait, I already did cue them up.
You did your 45-degree angles. You did your shading too.
There we go.
I can see you did. Oh my gosh.
Let me also fix the spelling because you're right. I did misspell the word challenge, which is impressive. Challenge. Watch it not fit now. Oh, it just barely fits.
You could probably scoot it over a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Trying to align it up perfectly for this setting I'll never reuse. Good enough.
OBS can actually automatically center something.
Oh, well, shit.
If you right-click it, I think it's under transform, and
yeah,
you choose to center it horizontally.
Let's see. Transform. Let's see. Center horizontally. I moved it over 3 pixels. Perfect. All right. So yeah. Anyway, back to the bracket. This is
Go ahead.
This is 821 versus 1105. 821 is episode 785. Quote, chaotic. Gore Magala is not looking for a square go. This was me half listening to John talk about the Monster Hunter Rise DLC and thinking for whatever reason that he was saying Gore Magala like he was talking as Groundskeeper Willie. So this really ended up with a bunch of Scotticisms showing up in that conversation. And episode, basically to the point where he's doing Groundskeeper Willie as a monster deep in the ice woods of Monster Hunter Rise. You're just fighting a giant Groundskeeper Willie. And then
that's a fantastic image in my head.
We got to, if you remember, there's the Macho Man mods for Elder Scrolls.
For Skyrim?
For Skyrim, yeah. Basically just doing that with Groundskeeper Willie quotes. And then 1105 is episode 796, I'm a Tantric Man. That is one of the boxers from one of the Punch-Outs. I don't remember which one that one is.
Is it Super Macho Man?
Yes, it is. He is engaging in Tantra. Which
he looks like a very different character in this image than what he looks like in the game.
There's a couple different.
Chat pulls up.
Thank you. There's a couple different renditions of him. And I think I went with that one. So next one. Okay, let me go.
I gotta go with the left one. I think I kind of relate to this on a deeper level.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to that one too. The energy that it brings instantly tells a story.
Yeah. It's not a good one.
I appreciate that you did you draw that kilt and then put a plaid overlay over what you've drawn? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I took a WikiHow character doing whatever he's doing there, and then put a kilt on. Turned it into a kilt. 11.
Looks like the chat is also going for Groundskeeper Willie.
Beautiful. And I've got the next one up. Okay. This one's got a screwed up resolution. I thought I fixed all the resolutions. Okay, whatever. All right. Yeah, both of these have messed up resolutions. What an experience. This is Groundskeeper Willie won. That was 821. Let me go ahead and advance the winner. I wish I could just move it. That would be really easy. Okay. This is 515 and 1120. 515 is episode 771. Oops! Exclamation point! All party boys. And then 1120 is this is probably one of the ones where we ended up using a different number. Is it really 1120? Did I pick the wrong one? Hold on.
I don't think I see it on stream yet.
Oh, I haven't transitioned them? Oh.
No.
There we go. 11.
Oh my god.
1120. Is it really called 1120? Yeah. This is oh, there it is. Episode 798. That China Warrior je ne sais quoi.
I both love and hate both of these for different reasons.
Oh yeah. No, there's vileness to be had everywhere.
Yeah.
God, what do I even name the one on the right for the poll?
Oh no. Ninja Turtle? Is it the frog from Mario Paint?
All of the sprites are from the second Game Boy Ninja Turtles game that Guillaume was talking about on the episode, and it's big sprites, which is how China Warrior came in because it's famous for having giant effing sprites, and so it became it's got, when I believe Greg described it as having a China Warrior je ne sais quoi.
James, when you made this,
yeah,
did you just take the sprite and just like take the PNG of it and scale it upwards? You didn't like...
I did. I told the computer to not use any effort to make it look sharper as I made it bigger. I wanted it to look as fuzzy and...
I was thinking, was that an intentional choice?
Oh yeah. No, I wanted it to look as bad as possible.
Okay, because you succeeded.
Now, it looking like he's kicking the other turtle in the junk was not deliberate. Until I realized it did, and then I sort of repositioned them a little bit to emphasize it. That was just happy accidents.
I read it the other way around. I thought that his left leg was like the right guy's arm. He was like reaching into him and doing something he shouldn't be.
No, it's a kick.
Okay.
The chat has come in for Ninja Turtles.
All right. Is that where we land?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go.
That was your vote. You're right.
We didn't really talk about the left one, but I think the less said, the better. Naturally and artificially flavored. I like that you kept it in there.
I think it's a tough choice, to be honest. But based on the results of the poll, I don't need to make that choice.
Nice.
So.
Yeah.
Well, you want to talk through it while I set up the next one? Because I got to do that anyway.
I mean, it's... I don't know. Maybe it's just the use of oops all berries that gets me. That's just a joke I like. I think.
It is a very... It's like one of those jokes that's... It's not good anymore. So as a consequence, it becomes way funnier.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, this one. Oh my god, this one.
There's some good framing in it, though. I'll give it. Like, I think I'd rather look at that one than the Ninja Turtle one, but I think the Ninja Turtle one's still the better one.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and transition us onto the next one while I mark the winner. That was that was 1120. That one.
Those things are called thwimps.
They are called thwimps. That was a running theme of the episode where I declared I bet they have a name, and then confirmed that they do in fact have a name. 1113 is episode 797. Careful, thwimps can still hurt you. And 529 is episode 773, Jim Knife Guy. This is a reference to my ongoing affection for Cutlery Corner, which was at one point on television but is now only online, which was a QVC style show that ran Saturday nights from roughly 11 p.m. to 3 in the morning. For at least part of its run of that period was live, and it was guys up in Tennessee selling knives of questionable quality, often in lots of 200 plus.
I like the energy of the Cutlery Corner, although as a TSI, it's kind of tough to...
It is.
To make out what's going on.
And so
especially in like a smaller image.
I've got them displaying here in the same resolution they are as the big TSI on the site. It was a deliberate decision on my part.
Okay.
I can go ahead and hide the B.
Is that like it by full screen?
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I've got the mod view up, and it's
if you full screen, that's the resolution they are on the site.
I also greatly appreciate the effort you went into making that silhouette of a thwimp on the like caution sign.
Oh yeah, that was a little like throw in for free joke.
Yeah,
I think I got to give it to Thwimps myself.
As do I.
The chat poll is coming in as a tie.
Ooh. Well, good news. I don't have to try to settle that then. So Thwimps. Wait, no, you're Thwimps. There we go.
I don't really notice, but Thwimp has like a bottom lip.
Yeah, a little bit.
You can kiss that Thwimp.
It's a very interesting art decision.
I don't think I would kiss the Thwimp. I think I actually might have redrawn the face for the Thwimp a little bit based off a sketch because it wasn't the right size or something. I don't know. I did something in that face.
The Thwimp feels like it could be part of a podcast title.
It absolutely could have been an episode title.
The guy in the mirror, I mean, it looks like he kind of wants to. He's got a very like stoic, like I'm ready.
I was going for like he sees the danger and is just I'm gonna gun it.
Yeah, he knows it's dangerous to kiss a Thwimp, but he's going for it.
So I had like a weird period where my all my images were like the wrong size, and I don't know why that happened. Because the thing is, like, I have a template I use when I create a TSI. I don't know why I had this period where they were all screwed up, but that's fine. I can just transition it over, and I don't think I need to give context on the left one.
Oh no!
That's 918, which is episode 789, Fire Emblem Disengage, and versus 612, which is episode 775, Luigi's Haunted Real Estate Speculation.
So the unfortunate thing about the one on the left is that it doesn't capture quite how much of a disaster the hair actually is.
It really isn't. Like it's almost. I think it came up because I made a joke about people who want to cosplay at these characters and have a much harder task ahead of them.
I've seen at least one popular fan artist complain about this character's design.
Is this a work safe fan artist?
That's not important.
So this is a who can say.
I don't know if this adds to the joke or takes away from it, but so the male and female versions of the character, the red and blue is on opposite sides, and in the TSI, it matches the male version of the character.
Are you serious?
100%.
I never noticed that why would they do that?
I only know that because I'm looking at it right now. Because I was curious, like, did you match it? And then I pulled it up on a Google search, and it looks.
It never occurred to me that they would be different because that would be stupid and pointless. But
Duality.
then
RFN's really getting into like the core of what it means to have a haircut.
But the reality of the situation is that stupid and pointless defines this character design. So it being stupid and pointless is completely on par here. I did put some art behind them though, like a family portrait, like just hanging out back there. Yeah, I didn't do a ton on this one, obviously.
I think personally, I'm gonna go with Luigi purely because I think that his weird neck, popping out of his body, is so funny. I would click on that article sooner than I would click on this red and blue.
That's
hair
fair.
one.
He's trying to.
I gotta make the poll. Shoot.
He's trying to sell her haunted real estate.
Yeah.
Again, these are one of the ones where like I can see how we got there, but I don't know the context that led us there.
Did she place her crown? I'm presuming that's Peach. Did she place her crown on the table as if she's gonna sell it to buy this
Good
property?
eye.
Chat pull up. Sorry for the delay.
You are correct.
Oh my gosh.
And like, so I had her, I think I changed her clothes color. But then I realized I could put the crown there too, to give that indication that no, this really is Peach and Luigi is trying to sell her haunted real estate. And yes, he does look like 3 kids in a suit because it doesn't fit him.
There's a lot of artistry on that one. I think it's got to get my vote, to be honest.
It's probably one of the faster ones too, which is the funny part. Like, because
sometimes inspiration just comes to you, and it all comes together.
The joke just worked itself out.
They say that Mario Kart 8 introduced the Luigi death stare, but I'd have to give it to the Mario and Luigi series. I mean, that artwork right there, that's the death.
I went through a lot of Luigis and just kept coming back to that one.
Yeah.
Because also it looks kind of like he's looking up while looking down at her, which is nice. Like he's looking.
Chat poll is tied.
All right. Well, then I think Luigi wins anyway. All
By
right.
doing nothing.
Yeah, kind of.
wins by doing
Or by,
nothing.
by doing scams. This is 807 versus 1218. So 807 is episode 783. Ironic lovers of Garfield are still Garfield lovers.
Oh, that's a title about Quentin reviews.
More or less. And then episode 799 is Furry Hentai Tangram is competing with Betty White's Pet Talk Show.
All right, it's the right one.
Wait, I picked the wrong. Hold on, I picked the wrong one. Give me 1 second. I might have gone with the wrong image. I want 1218. Hold on, 1218. I picked the right image. Okay, that is episode 801, the Cowabunga Proclamation. I read the wrong text.
I'd say it looks like it doesn't really match the description.
No,
but it does look like he's proclaiming something there, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Cowabunga Proclamation, it comes together very nice. I assume the pizza was not originally on the art.
No,
of the shirt.
I had to add that to the shirt.
I'm gonna be honest though, if you had taken, I don't know if you would have thought to do this, but if you had taken the eyes of the guy holding the Garfield poster and just tilted it ever so slightly down so it was making like eye level contact with Garfield.
He was hanging the poster without even breaking eye contact. That would have been good.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Or tried to put. I thought about trying to put Arbuckle into there, but then I'm like, no, I want this to be someone unassociated with Garfield who has decided to hang a Garfield poster. It's just throwing the word degeneracy on there for some reason that I don't know why I decided though it needed degeneracy.
The chat poll's coming in at a tie again.
Oh, wow.
It's lucky that we are largely not having to rely on the chat poll.
It's,
Oh, a last-minute vote for the Cowabunga Proclamation.
it's a
I'm
sweep.
voting for Garf just so that it's not a sweep. Bye.
Bye. All right. We have one more round in the opening bracket, and let me set it up real quick. I should have done this while we were talking about Garfield's degeneracy. I would guess that one is probably I had like 80% of the image and like it just didn't hit, and I was like, I need to just throw one more thing on there, and degeneracy was the winner. And then this is 10:30? Yeah, 10:30. All right. Oh god, it's this one. All right. Yeah, let's do it. We got two workers here on this one. This is 717, which is episode 780, The Artist versus the 1,000-Year Truthers.
Oh boy.
And 1030, which is episode 795, Drinking Some Fresh Lawn Milk.
Was I on that episode? Is this the episode where we talked about Mario for like 2 hours?
Probably. This is the one where I basically just I'm trying to remember who got declared the artist. But it basically was me picking a fight with 1,000-Year Door Truthers, and that's why they all look mad, because they've decided that's the only good game, and they're wrong. And the artist there is cool and suave, and everyone loves him.
This is a very difficult one for me.
I do like when I just get to editorialize in the TSI and just absolute make straw men of people who take different positions than me. And there's Greg's not there to tell me to stop it.
Yeah, the editorializing of the 1,000-Year Door one is like really funny to me, but also just the contented eyes closed of the Lawn Milkman.
That's kind of what I'm like leaning towards. I think that for whatever reason, like the curve of the bottom of the Minish cap, the way it like perfectly wraps around Lawn Milk guy, I just think that that's such a nice piece. Like I would click on that pretty
I
quick.
think I had to redraw that part.
Really?
I think I'm gonna give it to Lawn Milk.
Yes.
As noted, the alarm for Eslo is not happy about it. I'm not either. Lawn Milk is an alarming phrase in the context.
The
I
chat
feel
is
like
coming in with a
Lawn
tie.
Lawn Milkman is probably drinking the tears of people who think that 1,000-Year Door is the only good Paper Mario game.
Yes.
It is a good game, but it's not the only.
The chat is tied, but Seren said, "Pretend I'm jumping in to vote for Thousand Year Door."
I think Lon Lon Milk still wins, so we're good. That is the end of the first round. So if you want to go to the website and take a look at where we're at right now, we're gonna have a few hop in that weren't in previous rounds because of the whole we have 50 and it's an uneven number, so some things got auto buys. So let me go ahead and set.
Not even just an even number; it's just a neatly divisible number.
Right. Not a good number for this one. Not a good number for tournament settings. And then it's 213, which is a winner. So we have in the next round we have one carryover winner.
We've seen the winner at this point. We just don't know what it's going to be.
Not necessarily. There were some buys.
Yeah, there were some buys, but so you know what the first stop is because it's the first one that won a round in the tournament.
Bring on Kerbo.
Yeah, and Kirby eating a man has some competition.
Uh-huh.
This is like some weird hot bracket that Kirby's having to run through.
Oh gosh.
So this is 410 versus the 213 that we've already seen. So 410 on the left is episode 766, Who Owns Your Pac Mom? And 213, as we've talked about, is episode 758, We Stared into the Kirby Abyss. This is the fact that Namco Bandai had replaced Miss Pac-Man with Pac-Mom, and so I just sticky noted her over your mother's face in the family portrait.
Yeah, there's such a it's just an evocative image of a sticky note over a family photo that I really like.
Are you talking about Namco Museum, or are you talking about the Pac-Man Museum collection?
It's been multiple releases now.
Yeah, the one I reviewed, the Pac-Man Museum one, they took the ROM of the original game and changed the sprite, a brand new thing entirely, which is so weird.
That's legally they can't use the character in any context.
Right. So that's what got us to what do you mean? It's always been your mother. It's Pac-Mom.
Yeah.
Miss Pac-Man, was she in the original Pac-Man world? I don't remember. I think she was.
She's been in some Pac-Man content, but basically there was a deal that was gonna get her ownership transferred because they didn't create her, and then some chicanery happened.
Okay.
There's a surprising amount of legal bullshittery going on with Miss Pac-Man.
Aware of that. I just couldn't remember if they changed it in they did because they did that remake of Pac-Man World. I couldn't remember if they changed that too.
Oh, Pac-Mom won the chat poll.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'm still gonna go with Kirby personally, but
that means it comes down to me, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, up to you or James.
I only vote in ties.
I don't. I really like Pac-Mom, but I gotta give it to Kirby.
Okay. So Kirby's already had to tear through a couple tough matchups, which is.
I like the joke of Pac-Mom quite a bit, but I still think I would click on the Kirby one quicker than I would Pac-Mom.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I advanced the right one, right? Yeah, I did. Okay.
It'd be weird if Kirby wins it all, and it's the very first one we saw.
But also, it's had to tear through two possible other winners. These are some retreads. We have seen them before. This is 501 and 227. 501 being hanging and banging, and 227 being you can take that to the bank.
Well, gosh, this one's kind of hard. They're both kind of on equal footing here. I think I'd click on both of them.
I think I'm gonna personally give it to Pickleball.
I disagree that this is a weird stream to come into with little context. I think this is a weird stream to come into if you made these images.
Oh god, you have the wiki how people showed up.
Oh, that would be really good.
I think I'm gonna go with the one on the right, personally.
Oh, we got a tie. Chat, this is your moment.
Yeah. Right now, take that to the bank is in the lead in the chat poll, but there's still time.
I'm voting for bank.
Did you vote? Did you vote in the poll?
No.
Okay, because if you voted in the poll, I can't. I gotta balance somehow.
Only 5 people have voted, and there's 12 viewers.
What I'm not sure
one
about
of which must be me.
What's the barrel behind in the pickleball one?
Lubrita.
Oh, it's okay. I'm not gonna dig into that much. The bank
The chat has voted take that to the bank.
bank wins. That would be on the right, which means it's the lower number. No, I don't want to. Oh, okay. There we go. 1. There we go. All right. And I probably should have used that time to set up the next poll, but I didn't. So give me 1 second.
You're good. We'll entertain the audience here.
We call this vamping.
Did everyone have a nice?
I'm not good at entertaining. The only thing that I'm good at is like being kind of decent at video games.
Oh, this is an interesting one. So this is a first timer, but it's also not a first timer. You'll see in a minute.
If John shows up,
This is the hentai.
No, it's not the hentai.
No, it's not. Okay.
This is. Let me go ahead and transition them over. This is the TSI for the RFN live show, which was a variation of the one from that we've been looking at, the Kirby, with just the menacing. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. Behind it.
Those RFN devs are recycling old assets.
We sure. Look, I had like 10 minutes to make this. Versus the a second round of the flea dip one. Wait, the flea dip one didn't win, did it?
Are you saying this is like
It didn't win.
Oh, I picked the wrong one. Oh, hold on.
So it's an
Poll is
illegitimate
invalid.
I screwed it up. So
I think that Kirby He's Coming is kind of James's Majora's Mask.
Interesting. There's no way to cancel a poll.
That's fine. We'll
Well, then I'm just gonna vote.
there. Submit scores. Okay, there we go. 30-20. All right, give me 1 second. I will fix this.
You're good. It's okay.
Can I just change the? No, it won't let me do that. That would be super useful. Yeah, this was the winner of that poll.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
Now
dang.
this is way more difficult.
So what I will say on the Kirby one is that it's just a variant of one that already exists.
It's
Yeah.
an improved variant, though.
It that's true. I really don't want
But
it to come down to these two fighting each other.
But
It's
but
just Kirby
do we
versus
judge
Kirby.
we judge it just on the improvement, or do we give it credit for the original image that it's taking from?
That is
It's possible that the two curves could fight each other in the quarterfinals.
yeah.
I just said that. Yeah.
I would rather that we not get to that point, but if it gets there, it gets there.
Well, I don't want to ignore House MD over here. I think he and his Cloud Nose deserve a fighting chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote
Yeah.
for DSiWare.
DSiWare's my vote too.
Okay.
I'm always gonna go with DSiWare because somehow that has become part of my brand.
Great. I like that one almost got left out despite winning its round.
Yeah.
What's the chat poll doing?
It's 1-3 in favor of DSiWare.
Oh, okay. It's a sweep. Oh, this is the. Why are some of these the wrong resolution? I don't understand. So like I use a template, but sometimes they just end up outputting at the wrong resolution. It's very weird. Is Paint on That the kind of thing where it's like if you put in like art assets that you end up resizing, then like the whole canvas is the size of the thing or whatever? Oh yeah. Alrighty, here we go. This has got one new one and one previous winner. This is 1209, which is the one I accidentally read earlier. That is for episode 799. Furry Hentai Tangram is competing with Betty White's Pet Talk Show.
TV on Peacock.
Versus Mad Whale McCree.
Mad Whale McCree.
Difficult one.
I need to look. I still think I would click Mad Whale McCree sooner. I don't think I'm gonna click on whatever the heck's happening.
The call to action is bigger. If you look at the Peacock one in full screen, you will see that is in fact the horrifying art asset from the eShop homepage of Furry Hentai Tangram.
All right, so Twitch won't let you make a poll with the words "furry hentai" in it.
Fuck yeah.
Cowards.
Did you intentionally put a thing that says things you meant to watch underneath and then classic? Was that a deliberate choice?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I think classic, and then there was one other one, and then it was things you meant to watch, and I was like, can I fit all three on the screen? And I'm like, no, I can't. Let me just crop the middle one out.
I think I got to give it to Mad Whale. I really love the one on the left, but I think
Mad Whale Sweep.
I think you gotta search for the joke a little too much. Whereas Mad Whale McCree is right there, and you immediately know what you're looking at.
He's pointing a
Also-
gun at you.
Yeah, also selfishly or personally, I was always shocked that that game broke people because as someone who looks at the PlayStation Network every single week, holy shit.
It's the image that, because it's like her neck is broken. Like, it's like she's looking back at you in a way that a neck.
Oh yeah,
can't.
no, I saw that on PlayStation 5.
Oh, okay. It's such a bad. It's a horrible.
I've also seen all of the other games in that series.
Oh no, I've seen them. That's the one that's somehow the worst. In a really profound way. All right, Mad Whale McCree continues its march, its inexorable march.
Oh, but then we're gonna get Mad Whale versus House.
Oh, it's coming.
Fuck.
All right, I need to grab 219 and 814. All right, I'm getting better at this, and as long as I remember to do it during the downtime, I'm fine. But if I forget, this is one new one, and 814. This is a returning champion. I believe there's one bracket where it's like both of them got a buy or some weird shit, but excuse me? The image is huge. I've already used this image once. How can it be huge? It doesn't make any sense.
Look, sometimes OBS just does not behave in any meaningful way.
All right, give me 1 second and I'll have it fixed. There we go. All right. And now I can flip the transition. This is 219 versus 814. We've seen 814 before, but 219 is episode 759. Signing publishing deals for you call that limited? I'll show you limited games. And
They're both really good.
And 814 is, as we've talked about previously, 784 Psyduck, you sucker.
Yeah, music could be a set. Like, this is hilarious.
As someone who worked in physical games publishing, I have to abstain on this one.
So what was that?
What is the game on the left?
The game on the left is.
Does it matter?
Oh, it does.
Matters to me.
Let me go pull it back up. I got to look at it tight again. So
it's some prototype visual novel.
Yeah, that's the visual novel about my girlfriend's a mermaid.
I think the face, like the way that she is positioned, like she's kind of like peeking out, I think kind of complements what's happening here. That really adds to it. Oh man, this is hard. It's hard for me to like not like go with Psyduck.
This was when we created we were joking about like there was it limited run games and it was strictly limited games, and then we're like, no, my company is fuck you, we'll show you limited games.
Super rare games.
Yeah, super rare games, and basically we created this one where the publisher was only selling them behind street corners, called fuck you, this is a limited game.
Like chat has voted for Psyduck.
This one I think would be like, I feel like this is a harder matchup than most that we've had so far. Like, this feels like a finalist type matchup for me, because I do really enjoy both of these.
I have to draw the shadow onto Psyduck.
Yeah, it's I'm coming back to is he did draw that shadow. I think I'm gonna go back to Psyduck, but man, that's really funny.
It's haunting.
I'm gonna give it to Psyduck.
All right, that's pretty much a sweep. So I did find out why the music is stopping. Apparently, occasionally the YouTube player just goes like, "Hey, are you still there?" It's like,
oh yeah, who does that?
It's like, why? Why would you do that?
You gotta keep it the active window, or else it doesn't trust you.
I put together this massive playlist. Maybe I just wanted to hear it. Also, it has a loop feature. Why would you do that? This next round has one new one, which you just got to see a preview of because I forgot to hide them. And one repeat. Is that 703? Yeah, 703. 0703. All right. Oh, this is this one. I know where this is going. This is 417, which is episode 767, the big units ornithological photography. This one has some explanation that needs to go with it. And 703, which we've seen, which is 777, are we really doing the banana conspiracies? The big unit is the nickname for Randy Johnson, a former MLB pitcher who famously killed a bird on a pitch because the bird flew in front of his pitch and he literally turned it to dust.
Wow.
Because he throws the bird explodes.
Like a 90-mile-an-hour throw.
He has
there's a video of it if you haven't seen it.
It's unbelievable. He has since after he retired, became a professional photographer for no reason. And so the joke here is that he has photos, but all the photos he takes are of birds about to be exploded by baseballs.
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
What?
He just saw the video for the first time.
Oh,
You weren't kidding!
yeah.
It blew up!
Yeah, that bird doesn't exist at the end of that.
Yeah, it's a fucking wild video.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I've never seen that.
It's so, like, the first time I saw it, I was like, what? Because it was all over ESPN, obviously, when it happened. Because they're like, a bird just ceased to exist at a baseball game today. And you're like, wait, what? And
That's
then
easy. How I never heard of that? When did that happen?
early to mid 2000s, I think.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I remember I saw the GIF online long before I heard any context for it.
I probably wasn't watching baseball at the time.
That's fair. Is this
All right, I want to point out though that as cool as Chiquita is, it's not a WikiHow image. It looks like a stock photo.
It is a stock. I might have actually stolen it from. No, you're right. It is a stock photo. This is one of the few times I didn't use any WikiHow stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting.
There are a few of those where I just couldn't make the WikiHow work.
Yeah.
How? That can't be right. I'm looking at the next matchup. Something seems off.
The baseball birds have won the chat poll.
I think I'm gonna go with baseball birds as well.
Fair enough.
Baseball birds, if I didn't say that out loud. Can someone do me a solid and add that quote? Thank you.
What was the quote?
From you.
All right, I'm trying to figure out what I messed up here because 313 we haven't seen before.
You're taking that out of context, Ren. Why do you do this to me?
I don't know. You're the one that talked about the child slave labor company.
That's the entire point of the quote box to be taken out of context.
Ren's life goal is to make sure I'm canceled.
It's to remove context. Yeah, I guess it's right. Okay, that's weird. One day I'm gonna have to go back and look at this, but that's fine. This doesn't require exactiveness. This is apparently 306 and 313.
No. 306 has already won. It's not.
Yes,
not
I think 306. I screwed up and picked the wrong one. So I think I picked one that we had already used in another context. So I made a mistake on that poll. So let's just go back and rerun that poll real quick. So we're going to go back and redo the first round. So 306 and 0206. Yeah, I messed this one up.
Here, Xander, in case you're really worried that you're being taken out of context, just remember we got this quote.
All right, we're gonna run this one first.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, no, Alex got the war crimes words. You got the wizard words.
Yeah, if I just choose between wizard words and war crimes McGrime, I'd take the wizard words.
So we're rapidly approaching Mario Party 8, and we still haven't tested to see if it works. But I thought for sure Koopa's Tycoon Town is going to be the winner because that's like the fan favorite. But this whole Wizard Words like branding makes me think we're going to be playing that board instead.
I think you're going to be playing that board and also enjoy all of the jacking off minigames.
Oh god. All right, anyway, so I messed up the first round. I'm gonna redo the first round. This is 306 versus 206, which explains why the salubrious celebration didn't make sense with the image. I must have clicked the wrong image.
Okay.
So this is 206, which is, as we mentioned, catching Pokemon for perpetually helpless, and 306, which is a sumptuous salubrious celebration. He is spotting Wario way in the back of the party on guitar. No one else has seen him. He is distraught.
I think I would pick the left one first. I think that one catches my eye quicker.
The Badoo?
Ironically, given that the right one is about catching your eye.
There is something that the right one could have done that it didn't.
Which
And
is?
it could have made the Wario art have like kind of the faded outlook that the background.
Oh,
characters
yeah.
do.
You're right. I could have done that.
Yeah. I'll give it to the one on the left.
That's fine. So then we can run the poll to catch us back up. Seren, do you intend to vote on this one?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Then we don't need to. We can see what the poll's doing, but
It looks like it's got a tie.
okay. Well, then let me fix the score. So actually 0 and 1.
Fuck. Sorry, Quote 1008 really breaks me every time.
All right, so let me go do the other one. This is the I kind of wish I could show the system I'm running to make this work, but it's just a bunch of like me transitioning between windows really fast. And so it's amazing we've only had 2 mistakes so far. Okay, here we go. This is catching Pokemon for perpetually helpless versus 313 episode 762 Dry Bones fitness routine.
Look like you've created a new Mario enemy.
Kinda.
Yeah.
No,
weird.
I had to determine what the correct way to do possessive on Dry Bones is. I went with DRY space BONES apostrophe rather than Dry Boneses. Because Nintendo has no guidance on this for some reason.
Oh, I'm sure they do. It's just not for you.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's been documented somewhere. Presumably to Illumination.
Dry Bones is in the movie.
Riker notes, I mean, I've been listening to an RFN episode today where James was endorsing sacrificing young children to power a soul cannon. There's 2 episodes that we could be talking about here, and that's disturbing. I think I know specifically which one it is, though.
All I will say is the strat is just don't say anything that would get you canceled.
I think I'm going
Where's
to
the
go
fun
with
in that?
Dry Bones purely because I still wish that Mewtwo was cropped. It doesn't read like a mask.
No,
me.
it was really like I think that one part of the appeal to me was just getting it done fast.
Yeah. I'm voting Bones.
Okay. Then Dry Bones
So-
wins, and ultimately my tournament screw up didn't matter. But
Yep.
that's fine. Also, this
Yeah.
I don't know what
Ren-
this song is, except I can tell you that it was part of the a Bravely Default game, either 1 or 2, not second.
Seren, I will tell you that once we introduced the quote box, I started crafting every single thing I say, either around I need to make sure this doesn't get put in the quote box, or I need to make sure this does get put in the quote box.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I don't know. Between Wizard Words and War Crimes apology, I really am just trying to coast.
I'm
and
actually
be like,
what was the context behind Wizard Words? Should I even ask that? I don't really.
I mean,
remember.
Do you want to?
I'm
I
afraid.
mean, I could tell you, but you're gonna. Anyways,
Oh yeah, it was about me describing what can.
you were Yes, you were describing Kamek on Mario Party 8, and then like 3 seconds later said something about wearing white costumes. So I said that sounds like Grand Wizard words.
Oh yeah. Wow. Oh jeez.
This is episode. This is 522, which is episode 7. Okay, I just look at it. 772. Recollections on the Fall of Bigfoot Pizza. Which is
on that one.
Which is an RFN go-to versus the return of Wild Woody.
This one's tough.
I gotta go Bigfoot. I need Bigfoot, and I need a family portrait to go against each other.
I'm sorry, Stan, I gotta disagree. I think I gotta go Woody.
Gex and Wild Woody.
I think for me, this one's Wild Woody.
All right, chat. This is your.
If I had nothing to do with Bigfoot Pizza TSI, I would go to Wild Woody. Unfortunately, I was involved, so I gotta go Bigfoot.
All right, what's the next? I could start setting up the next round while chat votes.
Chat, I need you.
11 and 0, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Make this a tie.
Right now, the chat poll is tied.
That's what I'm saying.
I get to vote for the first time today.
Second time.
Second time? Oh, it's right. I did get one other one. I can tell you right now, the next one's not going to be a tie. The next one's going to be a beatdown. I like that there's music in this list because I was literally just throwing it together where I'm like, what is this from? This is my list. Oh, we got a dead tie in the chat. So that means I'm going to say that chat effectively no voted.
So Woody wins, right?
Yeah. What I should have been doing is putting the vote counts in here rather than just saying 1 and that was the winner, but that's really not super relevant. All right, so the next round is... There we go. The next round is 1123, I believe. Or 1211, episode 800. I am the one who sucks. And 123, which is the Activision Isekai one. Activision Acquisition Isekai.
Boy. Oh man, I think I'm gonna go Kirby, but I think purely on the basis that like that one's gonna grab my eye quicker. Like what's Kirby doing there with the money and weighing things and
it's balls of clay, to be clear.
Yeah, but there's nothing in the TSI to tell you that.
No, because this was our Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Yeah.
Run. The weight that's listed there is one of the 4 distinct weights we got for the gamepad from the audience. This is the one that John came out with.
See the problem.
His postal scale.
This is an extremely difficult call.
See, I thought this one would be easy.
I'm going Kirby.
Oh, wow! I thought we were headed to Isekai land.
I'm hoping the chat decides so that I don't have to. The chat is leaning towards Kirby.
Reincarnated APK is really good. All right, Kirby pulls it out. I'm gonna call that an upset. I thought for sure we were headed to possibly an Isekai final. All right, I need to set up.
Wanted to make Reincarnated as ABK a lot longer, but the Twitch polls have a very strict character limit.
They do. I've run into this before. This is 403 and 1224. So these are both returning champions.
1224.
Yeah. Show.
I'm voting before you've put it up.
Yes. This is the not even Steven Seagal's final form versus rejecting your family portrait.
I gotta go with the left one again.
There is a simplicity in that one, although I did have to.
Rejecting your family portrait 100%. Lock it in.
Although I did have to redraw his mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say the way you did his mouth, I think, is really what sells it for me.
I believe he's eating a
Oh,
sunflower
God,
seed.
this is so tough.
Is that what that is?
I think so.
Matt.
Yeah.
Think about the amount of distress.
I mean, they're both causing me distress right
Are you
now.
campaigning?
I'm
I'm
feeling
like campaigning.
I'm
That's
feeling
the problem,
distress.
Seren. How much of the distress is on a picture that technically is not here?
I mean, it's sort of here.
It is there.
Um,
Again, listen to that podcast.
they're both causing me emotional distress just looking at them right now for
Good.
very different reasons, and I made them. I've been seeing that Steven Seagal one all year. Every time I open that folder,
I'm just waiting for you.
is that mouth is like an early internet horrific meme image. It really is.
Okay, imagine you open up Nintendo Reports website and you see those two. Like, which one are you clicking first?
I'm
The
clicking on the
chat
one
has
that has
voted-
Nintendo characters.
I'm clicking
the-
close the
Okay.
browser window.
The chat has voted for Steven Seagal.
Which means that, Matt, you're the deciding factor on if it's a tie or not.
Fuck. Well, I mean, if it's a tie, then the buck gets passed over to James. Then it's not my
Exactly.
responsibility. So that I'm gonna give it to Xenoblade.
Oh fuck. I'm gonna let the chat have it. I'm gonna give the chat. It's not the choice I would have made, but if that's what the chat wants, I'm gonna give it to him.
Boo! Boo!
Look, I'm a man of the people, which is why I suggested using children to power laser weapons. It's fine. Twice on 2 distinct episodes to the point where I had to think about which one was being referenced. It's
Did Chiquita do that too?
I don't think we've gotten back to that one yet. I accidentally showed it when I had the wrong one picked. We have a new one on this one. And let me go get the other one, which is 821. Oh yeah, and of course this one fucks up the image because it's huge. It's fine. I could have just made it the right size and said no, I won't. There we go.
Surprised you didn't just batch resize them.
I shoulda. There we go. This is it. This is the
Right.
first appearance of 1007, which is I can't remember the episode number, but I know the title is The Life Pharaonic.
I've definitely not gotten to that episode yet. Feed.
1000. Yeah. Episode 792, The Life Pharaonic versus Chaotic Gore Magala.
I'm giving it to racist Nick Cage.
Gore Mac Gala, I believe is the phrasing we went with on it. There's a lot of faces going on there, including Steve Sisu with wearing different. All of these are explicitly distinct pharaonic headwear.
Yeah, you've got an ensemble piece here versus a solo guy really expressing emotion. Two very different cultures being represented here. Due to two opposite parts of the world, completely different. This is really complete opposites. Wow.
I'm trying
There's
to.
an elegant simplicity to the Gormagala one.
There
that I
is.
really
No,
like.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think that one gets my vote.
that's the right one, right? I agree. I think that that one I like better.
The left one is definitely an amalgamation of different topics that came up on the episode. So that's they were talking about Pilot Wing 64. So that's the female character from Pilot Wing 64 that has the unfortunate name in the Japanese version. That's the Mario movie Mario, because I believe this was right after the trailer released.
Yeah.
We got on Pharaonic stuff because of Nick Cage somehow, and then that led us to the Life Pharaonic as a phrase.
James, it's a tie.
Fuck. We got more.
Chat went for the Pharaohs.
Oh man. I'm gonna go with Chaotic Gore Magala. I just that one vibes with me a little bit. It's artistic. Now, I could have just completely been self-serving and gone with the other one, because that one's going to be a pain in the ass every time it comes up, but it's fine. I need 925 and 1120. Okay, let me go cue these up real quick. I believe the music has leaped back around because I've heard this song. This is the Flower City from Bravely Default 1.
I'm gonna have to like re-listen to this entire stream just so I can hear the music along with it.
I kind of went for music that was like relatively not like loud. Like it was just kind of like just kind of there. And as a consequence, it sort of made trouble for me. All right. No, wait. I'm going to do this. Now I'm having trouble. All right. There we go. Yeah. All right. This is the new arrival on the scene.
Fuck.
327 versus 1113. 327 is brand new to the show. It is episode 764, a truthiness moment. Let me make sure I got that right, because I'm not sure how this ties into it. There's a lot going on, and I want to make sure I put the right image there. Hold on. Bracket says 327 is what I'm looking for. This might have been one where I did pick the wrong image. Hold on.
I'm noticing that the console pictured is specifically a PlayStation 5.
Well, I picked the wrong image, so hold.
I'll make sure to say that again next time.
When it comes up. 327. This is the Mario News one. Wait, which did I fuck up the other one? Hold on. All right,
We're looking for 925.
925 and 1120. Isn't that the one we just did? Hold on. I may have
No.
925 and 1120. Oh yeah, I'm confusing myself now. Hold please.
No.
I jumped
The
ahead.
entire tournament could be thrown into question.
Well, that's why I have the bracket in front of me.
And this is why I'm going to take this confusion and lobby for Gramps again.
1120. Well, I didn't fuck that one up though. All right, this is the correct matching. So I just messed up. I was reading the wrong part of the bracket. That was my mistake. All right, 925 is episode 790, the Canadian music that distracted us. And 1120, that is John Singh in the bottom corner. And 1120 is that China warrior je ne sais quoi. This is specifically about Guillaume getting distracted by... Oh, I haven't... Yeah, I did. This is Guillaume getting distracted... Was it Guillaume got distracted by Celine Dion? Because that was the emailer. Somebody emailed saying that he played Celine Dion to screw up his buddy in a competitive game. And so
That pulls up.
And I decided to go with John singing as they are playing John's favorite Epic Dumpster Bear. So pretty much everything in that image is created.
Canadian music.
Yeah, Canadian music's gotta be the one for me. Also, like, the fact that is specifically a PS5, like, I guess I've consciously known this, but it's made me really internalize the fact that WikiHow art is still being made.
Oh yeah, the new WikiHow art is being made every day. Like, we live in a world, as we are speaking, someone is drawing new and also still terrible WikiHow art.
Yeah, I believe you can even apply to do it, and
But you need to match their styles.
Last time I looked into it, I thought it was a bunch of teenagers, but I could be wrong about that. I'm gonna go, I guess, the music one. It's hard because I think I would click the right one first. I think that one grabs my eye more.
You can use whatever evaluation criteria you want to use. This is art. You're allowed. Art is up to the beholder.
Yeah, all right. Well, when you say that, I'm gonna go right now. Just because I like the right one more, even though I can tell you probably put more work into the left one.
Yes, the vote coming up. Yeah. I wonder when I messed that one up. Okay, well, I apparently blew another one at some point, so we'll deal with it. But that's fine. So the music bear one.
Yep.
Now the thing is, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference because I think I blew it up in a losing effort. So it's making its return appearance, I guess.
Back from the dead.
Music Bear was the right. I think where I'm getting myself is I end up looking at the wrong. No, hold on. Wait, cancel. I keep like clicking.
Oh, so you're also watching Mario Party?
Sort of.
Cancel everyone.
All right, that was the Canadian 925 that won. Yes. Okay. Good. Won. There we go. Submit the score. Done. We have a winner. All right. Next up, this is one where I accidentally put one of these up wrong. That is my mistake. I don't know where I screwed it up, but we'll figure it out as we go through the tournament. This is 327 versus 113. 327 is a truthiness moment. I think I.
I think I don't remember where it was, but I remember when we saw this one thinking that
the name didn't match.
Yeah.
And then 113 is careful, thwimps can still hurt you. Yes, I used this one at the wrong moment. But I think it won its round, so in the end, like I know it won its round. So at the end, we'll see the one that was supposed to come up.
Okay.
Or we may have already seen it.
Gosh, this one's hard.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I like them both a lot. I think I'm gonna end up giving it to Goomba Convoy though.
Goomba.
The Goomba Convoy is a nice joke in there. I'd forgotten that was there until I just looked at it full size.
I'm gonna go with Thwimp.
All right, chat. It's up to you to save the thwimps.
Thwimp and his perky little lip. They coax me.
Our latest campaign for just 2,000 channel points per stream towards the monthly channel reward challenge. You too can help save the thwimps.
Unfortunately, no. There's one going on right now that there is no chance of it succeeding, and then there is another one to make Joe suffer a great deal.
Well, if the challenge fails, then you get refunded your points. So.
Oh, there we go. That's good news. All right, so Goomba Convoy won. So that
3-0.
That was 327. So Goomba Convoy advances. I just need to start checking my notes before I submit the winner. That's all. Not a big deal. All right, cool. So next up is 508 and 612. Let me go ahead and pull those up real quick. Uh, 508, please. There it is.
Stratton, I don't know what you're talking about.
This is the one. This is the one that we didn't get to see. All right, it's awful. It's awful. 612. Yeah. This is a bad one. This is
Battle of the Brothers.
Actually, this one might be just going on a regular rotation. All right, there we go. Bam.
You
need to transition.
There we go. It was just delayed.
Left.
Left. 327, which is new to the show, is episode 764. Wait, no. Damn it, I keep looking at the wrong thing. Hold on. 508.
Oh no.
508 is I'm a Sam Neill tuber. And 612, as we have seen before, is Luigi's haunted real estate speculation.
I'm going right. I am trying to not look at the one on the left personally, which I guess is going against the whole point of this. But I took one and it's like, nope.
There is something about being a Sam Neill tuber that's deeply disturbing.
Nope.
I did have to try to turn him into anime.
I think I still prefer Luigi. There's layers to that one that really works for me.
It's the neck, man, and then you look at the crown, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's a story happening here.
Dad, I need you to go with me. Go to hell. Come with me.
I don't know how we got on Sam Neill as a VTube model, but we did. Again, there are times where it's just like, fuck, I don't know how we got here. This is... What's really good is when I have a title and I wrote it down on my dry erase board, and then when I get to the episode like 4 days later on Sunday, and I don't have any context for the title, and I'm just really confused.
Yeah, but that's pretty good.
And it's like, I wrote this title down. Why don't I remember what it is? And the answer is because it's oh my god, it's a tie.
Oh.
So Luigi
Well-
Luigi lives. Oh, that's right. This is GX's email. GX sent an email asking what everyone's VTuber persona would be.
And what was yours?
I don't remember. GX, do you recall what I said? I'm sure it was stupid. The worst part is I'm sure I had thought about. Oh no, this was yeah, it's dumb. I'll see if he remembers it. It's bad. Submit. All right, that was 612 that just won. To confirm that real quick. Ba 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 ba. Yes. Okay. Cool. Next up is 903 and 1218. So this is fairly recent ones. This is the one we missed earlier, I believe. Oh, no, it isn't. We wouldn't have seen this one yet. This is new. We must have already gotten through the one we missed earlier.
I'm with my heart here, James.
It's fine. We've seen pretty much everything. I'm looking at the images list. I don't see anything that I haven't seen. So, except for one, and I know that one. All right, so this is a really good one. I really like this one.
Oh, that one's my fault.
This is 903
it's-
versus 1218.
It's fucking Palpatine Kingdom Hearts.
903 is episode 787 for a safe and
It's not
secure
close.
a safe and secure Magic Kingdom versus the Cowabunga Proclamation that we've seen previously.
All right.
I should note for clarification, as much as it feels like Seren coerced me into doing that, she did not.
I super didn't.
It's
So, real quick, Matt, you've seen all of Andor, right?
No, not all of it, no.
Okay, well you've at least seen like the first half of it.
I've seen the first 6 episodes.
Great. You need to go look up the Lego video. There's a video on Lego.com for the Andor playset, which is recreating episode 3.
Oh my god.
And it's like a bunch of like paid 6-year-olds being like, "Yay! Cyril Karn is here!"
Real
Nice.
quick, chat poll is up.
And I saw that, and I've been thinking ever since. Put Andor in Kingdom Hearts. Make Sora question Imperial power.
that
Hey, what should I search on YouTube for this?
No, it's not on YouTube. It's on Lego.com.
Oh no.
the amazing thing is that
Hang on, I'll find it for you.
the comic book Palpatine fit really well with the
Halloween Town.
the Halloween version of Donald Duck. I just had to shade his face, so all the shading on his face is my doing. He's very flatly lit in the source image, but I did make it look like he was under a hood.
It's just a fantastic TSI. Like I have to give it my vote. I don't know how not to.
Hey, James, is it possible in your current setup to take the web page that I just pasted and show it on the stream without breaking everything?
If you give me 1 second.
Amazing.
Let me mark the winner first before I screw this up.
Thank you.
I've got the next
The
next one skewed.
This is 33 seconds of we signed this before we told our partners what this show was going to be.
I don't think the link goes directly to a video.
It doesn't go directly to a video. There's a video on the page. You just gotta scroll down a little bit. It has the Lego Star Wars logo.
Okay, I see it.
But if James is
was
gonna
not
put it
video
on,
shaped.
Yeah, I
Wait a
just
minute.
need to do some real quick setup.
yeah, this is.
I better make sure I don't mess up the levels because that'll. I gotta capture all the audio settings too because right now I'm making a new setting real quick or a new scene.
Great.
So I need to make sure my microphone's on it so I can be heard. Otherwise, that's going to cause trouble. Browser. Sure. I'll just create a new browser. And it's 10. 1440. No, hold on. Come on. Let me 1440 by
Yeah, GX, you say Lego don't
20.
care. If I were Lego and I knew what Andor the show was, I would simply make a set that showed adults flying with it and not little children.
James, I sent you a present on Discord whenever you're not doing what you're doing.
Let me just transition this. Oh, shit. Lego wants me to click the what do you want to do thing, and I can't interact with the browser page.
No.
You can't interact with it?
You can. I think you need to. I forget. I know you can. I just don't remember how off the top of my head. You need to right click something.
Um,
I'm opening OBS to find out.
this is ridiculous.
Man.
Interact. There we go. Continue. Just the necessary. Okay, now I can transition it over. It opens another window. There we go. There we go. Okay. In the page? I would love to. I could. Is it one of these? Oh, over here. Which one do I look? Oh, God. All right. Oh, you said did on the Discord. Okay. Hold, please. Discord. Bouncing around windows. Let me see. Copy. No, I don't want to copy the link. I want to copy the message link. I want to copy the link. All right. Go back to the browser page. Can I edit it, please? Sifu play? Okay. Oh, it's loud! Great. It's super loud in my ears. All right, hold on. Please stop playing. This is extremely loud. All right, I'm going to delete this. Yow, that was loud. I did not like. I don't think the chat. Yeah, I don't know that y'all can even hear. They can even hear y'all right now. So this is going really great. Let me this is building scenes on the fly sucks. Actually, you know what I could do? I can pause the audio in Chrome so they'll get to hear it, and then I could just open it in Chrome. All right. I'm gonna go. Yes. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead. Close that. I'm gonna close. Please allow me to hide that setting. I like that show bookmarks bar, and unclicking show bookmarks bar appears to do nothing. Okay, that's very loud in my ear holes. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just add a source that's the video file. Media source. You're right, I would, and I'm not going to deal with that. So let's just go and do Oh, I can hear myself now. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let me go do this, and then I can just slide that part up and bring this part. Yeah, that checks out. I don't know why, but like that. All right, so the question is now. My mic's there. All right, can y'all talk?
I'm talking.
They should be able to hear you.
Can
Yes.
be heard.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to turn this down because when it played in my ear a minute ago, I almost died. And I didn't like that. Did not care for that. All right, there we go.
Someone in the chat says this is the quality I expect from in an NWR and RFN stream.
Yeah. All right. Is the video playing in the stream?
Yes, with audio, but it's a lot quieter than us, so we should restart with us not shutting.
There you go.
I have never seen kids have less fun play with toys in a commercial.
There's no way that laser shot isn't just gone. The very first time you fire it, that thing is fucking gone. I hope they give you like 10 because that thing is outie.
They usually only give you 3.
Do
There are
people,
eight of them visible on the table.
do those people turn into like that bird that Randy Johnson killed?
I mean, they might. Let me
Okay.
go clear out some browser windows now because apparently I've got 6 of them open for some reason.
No, you just need like 4 more, I think.
Yeah. All right. Now the music's back. I'm gonna actually restart. Just gonna advance to the next song. There. All right. I know we've heard the song before. And I don't know how it came back around again, but I don't care. All right.
All right, back to the tournament.
Yes. So this is the next one. This is the last one of round 2, I believe. Yes, this is 605 versus 1030. We have seen 1030 before. 605 is episode 774. The Wii U EU sounds a lot like a police siren. Which is true. Wii U EU does sound a lot like a police siren. And 1030 is episode 795, drinking some fresh lawn milk.
I hate to say it, but that milk one, that one goes hard. I think I'm gonna go with that one again.
It does.
Yeah, for me, this is an easy choice for me. It's the milk.
I do want to point out that the police
Chad hasn't even had the time to vote yet.
The police
and we've already decided.
The police lights on top of the car are in fact colored Wii Us.
Oh, that is beautiful.
I did just see that, yes, but I still stand by Lon.
Again, this is a very profound observation we had discussing the fate of the Wii U. That Wii U EU sounds like a police siren.
Wii U EU.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like
this is the
I don't know.
analysis we're good for.
I don't know the point A to point B on this thought, but I do believe strongly that is indicative in some way of the Wii U's failure.
It's emblematic.
Yeah. I can't back that thought up, but I believe in it strongly.
I would assume somebody just said Wii U and EU together and probably just cracked everyone else up. All right, so I'm gonna go.
The Wii U is probably the 5th most successful Wii accessory.
Oof.
Have you ever seen that Key and Peele sketch of Gremlins 2?
No, but that sounds amazing already. Because...
It's the best one.
Oh, it's that one.
Really funny.
Okay, yes.
Well,
whatever you want.
It's like a boardroom of people trying to executives trying to figure out how they're going to make Gremlins 2, and then someone comes in and basically goes crazy with all their ideas, and that's how the movie gets made. Go watch it; it's really funny. But that sketch is kind of how I imagine the Wii U's conception happened. Like it's just they had an idea, and then someone came in and then turned the table over, and that's how it happened.
So I'm gonna need a hand for this one because I didn't write down the winner in one of the brackets. So I'm gonna need to put them back up, or maybe we didn't vote. Maybe we just skipped it.
Bird beat banana.
Bird beat banana. Okay. Oh, y'all can see it.
Yeah, because I said that thing that Seren quoted.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't note who won. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 417 won.
I'm not saying it again.
Let me go real quick and look at the.
Not saying what again, Xander?
313. And then we we got distracted when I messed up the next round, and that I never wrote down the winner. Okay, cool. All right, so that completes round 2. So now we're going to get through the other rounds quick because it's a tournament. Every round is going to get split in half. So let me go set up the next one. I need 213 and 227. Let's see. 02, 02, 13.
The mod view on Twitch allows you to view someone's entire chat history.
It does.
For this channel.
That sounds like something that I would like you to not look at.
Well, I can say that I found James' first message in the NWR Twitch chat.
Which is?
I met Yuji Naka a few years ago.
Yeah.
He wore an all-cream suit. It was a power move.
It was.
I love that's how your debut on our Twitch channel. That's good.
Mine was probably, "Hello, I'm here to fix your Kingdom Hearts playing."
Oh, God.
It might have been. Yeah, it says you're up to... you have so many messages that it has stopped counting and just says 999 plus.
Great.
Yeah, it does.
Are you able to view mine, or do I need to sign in?
Like, I'm still just scrolling up through Seren. I'm not even out of November 2022.
Oh, God.
Seren's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and note that round 3 begins with 213 and 227. February, a very productive month. 2 things getting in the quarterfinals.
Kirby.
This is, we stared to the Kirby Abyss, and you could take that to the bank.
Yeah, this one's easy. I think this one's Kirby.
So this is the end of Seagal.
I agree, but the chat poll is up.
All right.
But I agree, it's Kirby for me.
Pink collared shirts, you're right. This really is the pink collared class.
Well, that was that one.
Is chat all in?
Well, I mean, chat is all in, but it's already 3-4. Or it's even if they went with Seagal, it would be 3-1.
Okay.
Is what I meant to say.
That's fine. It gives me time to set up the next one. With this
Actually,
one, with this
it gives
one,
you
that's
less time to set up the next one.
what was that?
Actually, I think it gives you less time to set up the next one.
Well,
right?
the chat vote's got to go through.
Oh, okay.
I mean, by the time you get the next one set up, the chat vote will be done.
Yeah. Well, if you remember the order, which I wouldn't blame anybody for not, you know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I can go ahead and just mark the winner.
No, I'm a man that just likes to take his surprises as they come.
Well, that's fine because you're gonna get the second with this surprise. This is 320 versus 730. 320, as we have mentioned in the past, is the Pangs of Turrican versus 720, which is Mad Whale McCree.
I mean,
This is-
aesthetically, I like the whale one more. Like that one looks like an album piece, like compared to what's happening on the left there. Like, I click that.
I think this is a very difficult choice, but I am going to give it to Mad Whale.
So I just want to point out that the next round is going to be brutal because whatever comes out of this one is going up against Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Don't say that. Oh no.
Tournaments are all about seeding.
I mean, my vote doesn't matter at this point because it's already 3 to whatever I'm going to say, but I'll also go whale.
Oh, did the chat already vote?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah. The vote's not over, but it's 1-3 for Mad Whale.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Oops. Didn't mean to show that yet.
No one's really been voting in these for the last 40% of the duration.
Oh, come on, y'all. We need votes.
People jump in at the start with their vote and then...
Yeah, but I believe Seren means once the poll is 50% through, the results are more or less final.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Halfway through the timer, you just know.
All right, so the whale wins. Now we move on to this also very related image of 814 versus 417. 814 is, of course, Psyduck You Sucker, and 417 is the big unit's ornithological photography.
Psyduck with a gun.
I'm going with Psyduck. Though no matter what, I think the real winner today is the emote of John as Kirby.
It's getting play.
Mr. Diamond K.
Oh God.
Oh, this is a tough one.
And I'm getting better about like actually pre-staging the image, which is good.
It's definitely gonna be Psyduck at the end of
Yeah,
this.
chat's going for Psyduck.
It's 4-0. Oh hell yeah, GX.
What?
Oh, GX is playing Vampire Survivors and just killed Death.
Nice.
Well, I've never accomplished that even. But then I don't play Vampire Survivors that often.
So Psyduck wins.
Yes.
All right. So that would have been 8-14, I believe. Let me confirm that real quick because I'm not 100%. Yep.
And
8-14.
the fedora fits Psyduck so well. It's like it was made for that.
The funny thing is, both it and the Madwell McCree are riffs on covers.
Mm-hmm.
And they both sort of organically happened. This is 313
X.
versus 710. 313 is the Dry Bones fitness routine, and 710 is Gex and your Wild Willy.
X.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gex as well. Sorry, Dry Bones.
Should I even... That's same. Should I even make the chat poll?
No.
I mean, I don't mind if you make it.
Gives him more time to set up.
That's exactly
right.
where my head was at.
Here you go, chat.
Maybe we should put the poll out before we start throwing our answers out. Okay, let me go, and that's fine because this is another one with a messed up resolution, so this gives me more time to fix it.
The thing is that I want the winner to be a WikiHow. Like I want it to. The winner of this needs to be something that's WikiHow
I mean,
related, right?
pretty
Like,
much all. Every,
Yeah, but isn't it better if it's not? Like, isn't that funnier?
pretty much
What?
everything left is a WikiHow of some description or another. So you're not
Okay.
you're not in trouble there.
Imagine though if the winner of the TSI tournament is the one that is least like every other TSI.
Let's
Just the one that just
Oh,
doesn't
wait,
fit.
I mean, that was Isekai-kun, ultimately.
That's true.
Like that.
Was Gormagala still in?
Gormagala is still in.
Okay, that's the last chance we have
There
to defeat
is-
the WikiHow monster.
Oh, there's WikiHow in that image.
Really?
Yeah, the body is a WikiHow person.
Oh, I didn't even realize. I thought it was just a screenshot of Groundskeeper Willie.
No, that's why I had to draw the kilt on it. So Gex, huh? That's
Yep.
Yeah.
417, I believe. No, that's 710. Yes, I really should have like manually entered all the names so the bracket was easier for me to work, but I just went with the file names because that was the fastest way to do it. All right, so next up is is 1211 versus 403. 403 is the Steven Seagal. This isn't even Steven Seagal's final form, and 1211 is I am the one who sucks.
I'm gonna go with Kirby. I like it more. It's more creative. It's got a Nintendo character.
Oh, let me make the poll first.
Yeah, let's give them a chance to get their vote in before we just crush them.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. I gotta go find the chat.
Right.
I've lost the browser window with the chat in it, and I'm not even sure how that's possible.
The poll is up.
There it is.
When do we start deliberating?
The
on it?
illusion of chat choice. Chat. I mean, we could start deliberating right now.
I am inclined to give it to Kirby.
Going with the chat and doing Kirby.
I liked this one a lot because I don't remember how we got on because of all the fucking measuring, and it was like, are y'all just is this a drug thing? Everybody's pulling out scales, and I was like, what's happening in this episode? That is where the introduction of drug dealing came in. I gave the chat the opportunity to name this episode, and they did not deliver.
The chat has voted for Steven Seagal.
Yeah, but I'm still going Kirby.
And I am the one who knocks being the enduring quote out of Breaking Bad. Just turned into I am the one who sucks for Kirby. The challenge, of course, is he actually doesn't do that in this game. So there was a certain amount of just like, I'm taking artistic license with it. But that's okay. I can do that. Kirby was 11, 12, 11. Bam, submit. And I should be able to just flip them now.
Goodbye, Steven Seagal.
So if you look at the body, there is the chaotic Gore Magala. You can see that is in fact not Groundskeeper. I couldn't find an image of Groundskeeper Willie swinging an axe.
Didn't these two match up already?
Did they?
They were just like on opposite sides.
I don't think they did.
No,
They have not matched up.
They were the two preceding. I think I may have accidentally shown one of them in the wrong order.
Okay.
But yeah, that they have not matched up yet.
I am voting Canadian music, John Lindemann.
The idea of John Lindemann as a music star is upsetting.
I really like Canadian music, but my vote goes to Gore Magala.
So is mine.
All right, chat. You can force a tie. You can force me to do something besides click buttons. And 612.
No, yeah, that is WikiHow. You're right. Yeah.
Did you find the image?
Yeah.
The source image?
Yeah, I did.
What was the source image called? I don't remember that one.
It's two people playing a. Oh, you're talking about the. My bad. Okay, sorry.
No.
I was looking at the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's chat's vote?
Or Magala.
Gore Magala. All right, chat. It was. I don't remember which one's which now. 821 should be Gore Magala, yeah. And it is. I'm trying to keep them like on the same tab, so in the same order as they are in the bracket, so I don't have to worry about them losing sync. But right now, the reporting scores isn't working. There we go. 1, submit. All right, great. So that brings us to, I think there's 2 more left in the in the quarterfinals. This is 327 versus 612. 327 is the Truthiness moment, and 612 is the Luigi's Haunted Real Estate speculation. We got a Mario versus Luigi brawl. Both of them having adopted suits and professions ill-fitting them.
This is tough. This is really tough.
Yeah, this one's a hard one.
Both of them engaging in what we will call professional dishonesty, one with their Goomba convoys and the other engaging in real estate speculation.
I think I'm gonna go with Luigi.
We'll call this the subtle politics of RFN. RFN is not a particularly political show, but the politics do come out occasionally.
This one, like the others that I mentioned, this feels like a finalist level mashup.
Yeah, I mean we're getting there. We're in the quarters. Like
no, next is quarters.
Next is quarters. Okay, we're in the semis, or whatever.
No, semis are after quarters.
Whatever. Fuck it. We're 3 rounds in.
This is still a round of 32.
Yeah, we're still in elimination.
I think Luigi holding the pen, talking to someone, I think is really puts it over the edge for me. Like there's actively we're seeing someone being swindled,
right?
Whereas Mario is just portraying he's just talking to a void.
That means you could be the one getting swindled.
That's right. But in this case,
Envoy is chat's vote.
We know it's
That's
Peach.
2.
And then
I'm gonna give it to Convoy.
Okay. All right.
Envoy wins.
That was a very difficult decision.
So the next one's gonna be rough. I can already tell you all this right now.
Not as rough as the quarterfinals are gonna be.
I don't know. You tell me.
This is easy. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Nah, I'm going with Milk.
I want to go behind the curtain. There's a running joke of John Lindemann is Lon Jindaman, which y'all did spell Jindaman is spelled wrong beyond the fact it starts with the J. It's Lindaman.
Jindaman sounds like a word I would get canceled for saying.
Yes.
The chat poll is up,
but it's not. So I'm still not convinced it's not John. Like, this isn't a bit. When we go on the show and I start yelling at him that it's him, this isn't a bit. I'm very convinced he is Lon Jindaman. And right now he's not available to hop in this call, which is good. He can't give me his bullshit. But like, I want to be clear, like, behind the curtains, when we're not recording, we have the same argument, and it's the exact same reactions, and it's him laughing, going, "It's not me, man. I don't know why you keep thinking this." And
I should corner him and play him Apex Legends, because then he frequently is very behind the curtain with
you
me.
should just make a character called Lon Jindaman and show up in one of his matches. I mean, like, fuck it. Just lean in.
The chat has voted for Kingdom Hearts.
That means that Matt, it is up to you.
Oh man.
Are we tying, or is Kingdom Hearts moving ahead?
Don't vote for it based on that. Like, vote for what you like. If it's a tie, I will break the tie.
No, I know. Oh god, the Kingdom Hearts one looks like it is a better fully formed image to me, but just the expression on the Milk guy's face just gets me every time.
He's so happy about it, and keep in mind it's the context of that episode. Now, I agree that the Donald looks like that was the original art in some regard.
It really does.
That's what makes it perfect.
And that was not through lack of effort. Like, I had to make him look like that.
Yes, this isn't my Kingdom Hearts or my Star Wars bias even. Like, it just looks so fucking natural and good.
My Star Wars bias says to vote away from Star Wars.
That's fair. My Star Wars bias says not to watch it, so that's where we're at.
Watch Andor.
I gotta get Disney Plus to do that. Let's see. The next,
hit me up.
I can tell you right now, what's up next is gonna hurt. So we should just get used to the pain.
Yes.
The pain is gonna start coming in.
I'll give it to Emperor Palpatine.
Does that
Fuck yeah!
Does that force a
Are
tie?
you gonna have like a
No.
runner-up list?
Okay.
Like a-
No,
like
it's
top
3-1.
Okay. What was that, Xander?
I said, are you gonna have like a runners-up list, like a top 10, or are you gonna have like just here's the winner?
I don't have a plan. So,
Okay.
like all things branded with RFN, there is no plan.
At the very least, you have like the best of list now.
Oh yeah, it's like there is some stuff, especially in the top of the bracket, where things got rough early. That are gonna, like, I can't just go like, well, things that made the semis are the best, because that top of the bracket was so stacked.
See, what we really got to do is a double elimination challenge here.
Oh my god, that would take so fucking long.
We're already 2.5 hours.
Well, it's gonna get worse.
I know. I got.
Quarterfinals.
Oh no!
All right.
Yeah, we've got
Oh,
stared into
no.
the Kirby abyss versus Mad Whale McCree.
I want you to stare into that whale's eye, and then I want you to stare at the gun,
I did have
and then go back up to the whale, and you know what your vote is.
I did have to move the whale's
I didn't
eye.
even notice the gun. Oh my god!
Wait, you haven't noticed the gun?
I had to extend his handkerchief or whatever, bandana, because obviously a whale's neck is much bigger than a human's. Whales don't have necks. The implied neck, but I had to move his eye down because his eye would actually be under the handkerchief.
You say a whale's neck is bigger than a human's neck, and then you say that a whale doesn't have a neck. Which one is
The implied neck.
it?
It's MWM Mad Whale McCree.
I give this to Mad Whale.
I did
So
too.
does chat.
Wow.
I think honestly the ultimate TSI though might be the Mad Whale McCree with like a smaller version of the PNG of the person as Kirby in front of the gun.
This is what he's shooting. Is that's putting them out of their misery?
They fare very well.
Just out of the misery situation. I like that the button to report scores is taking longer to longer to load as I go. All right, so I haven't set up the next one yet because I expected this one to take longer. 8:14 and 7:10. That's it.
Rest in peace, Kirby. You did good.
Yes, with Dr. House Rex in the corner.
Yeah, and now we're going back to that, like, if you remember what's winning in the bracket just below it, or what's been winning, this could set up a potentially very odd
Yes.
matchup. And once again,
I'm very excited
I
for
have
what these finals are going
fix
to
this
bring.
fucking image every time. All right, Bang.
You could just permanently resize it.
I could, but I'd have to go into the files and do it right now.
Man, this is so hard now.
It's Psyduck.
This is Psyduck, you
Oh,
sucker,
no.
versus Gex and your Wild Woody. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna go with Woody. I hate saying that. I love
I-
Psyduck so much.
Big
but
fan of the Wild Woody. I get it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
It's Psyduck.
he gives me a. Never mind.
I'm gonna say it's Wild
I'm
Woody.
sorry, Xander. No, Matt. Your vote is valid. Xander, what the fuck did you just say?
I didn't say anything.
That is not true.
Wow, the chat is all in on the Psyduck. I mean,
Chat is 6-0 Psyduck. That is overwhelming.
the Wild Woody has a menacing sexual energy that I'm not happy with.
Yeah, it apparently arouses Xander, according to him.
She seems into it.
I didn't say anything.
She seems way into it, but like, it's the look on his face. Like we can appreciate this one. We could take some time with it, because it's the blankness of the Psyduck stare with the gun that does a lot of work. In this case,
100%.
it's the absolute not blankness of how to, I believe the WikiHow image for this one is just literally Google search WikiHow how to flirt. It's the absolute menacing image on his face with the speech bubble of Simglish going on.
All right, James, this is up to you as the tiebreaker.
Did we hit a tie?
Yeah, it's 2-2.
Fuck.
And as a tiebreaker, may I just say, Mad Whale McCree versus Psyduck would be fucking unbelievable.
I mean, we're kind of there, and it's like that somebody's going to take a screenshot of that image.
Yes, and so you need to push Psyduck forward so we get there.
That's not why I'm going to vote for that one. I think I have to go with the Psyduck one, and the reasoning here is not for that. It's actually because I just like the fact that I landed on the same joke twice within 3 weeks. And I put a you might not think a ton of work went into the Wild Woody one, but I actually had to make the neck line up and stuff. The Psyduck one I remember was a nightmare. I remember that one took almost as long as Mad Whale McCree, even though Mad Whale McCree is significantly more complicated with like the sepia and stuff.
Yeah.
That matchup we had earlier of Kirby versus Mad Whale is probably the two biggest in terms of just pure time commitment in the year. So let me go fix up the next round. Yeah.
I finally scrolled to the top of Seren's Twitch messages.
How long did that take?
This whole time.
At a certain point, the time that it took to load the next chunk was longer than the time it took to scroll through the next chunk.
Great. All right, let me.
And there were 2 appearances of Seren before Kingdom Hearts streams.
Beautiful.
Oh, RFN 400.
Well, so the ones that I've gotten are Neil and Zach did a stream at one point that you showed up for.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And then there was an RFN stream that I have not double checked what it is, but
Do you know what date it was?
January 16th, 2021.
21.
I don't remember what
And-
that would have been.
No.
And then after that was your first
Elephant?
appearance.
Maybe.
Yeah. First appearance
After
on
that-
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh man.
Yes, so after that was your first appearance in the Kingdom Hearts streams in October 2021, where the first thing you said was, "It's been 2 weeks. Can't you just cast Cure?"
Yeah, that is. Like I said, that was me coming in and being like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I have been lurking."
All right, there we go. I fixed it. All right. This is quarterfinal round 12-11, 8 versus 8-21. Chaotic Gore Magala and I Am the One Who Sucks.
I'm the
GX
one who
says
sucks. It's Kirby.
Hold on, I'm making the poll now. GX also says, "Does the winner become an emote?"
I mean, I could probably isolate Groundskeeper Willie's head, and we could make that the emote. I don't know. I'm down to reward this ever. I don't have a vote yet. What I will say is, if it gets to me, I'm going to go with Groundskeeper Gormagala here because I just like the artist, the color of it all. I actually thought the Kirby one was kind of a cop out when I made it. I just kind of threw it together.
Well, because it feels like he's a drug dealer looking at this.
Yeah, he is.
He's a drug dealer, and I really appreciate the 1 pound 8 ounces.
Like so I made this one pretty fast because I did the edit for 800 and it was supposed to be an easy edit. I was just going to grab the audio from whatever that thing's called. I'm blanking on his name now. Craig, yeah, but Craig's audio sucked for some reason. And so,
oh, really?
So I had all the regulars record their audio separately, so I edited that in and spliced it in. But that meant I had to constantly deal with little syncing issues, so I had to listen to the whole thing front to back, and I had to put music in. So that edit probably took about 7 hours, because it's a long episode.
I feel like, as the person that suggested Craig, that's like my fault.
No, I've never had it sound that bad. Something weird was going on with it.
The chat vote was a dead tie, which means that it cancels itself out.
Okay.
I have voted Kirby.
Okay.
I don't know if Xander and Matt have voted.
I have not voted.
No, I haven't either.
But it's just the three of us.
I want to give it to Gormagala.
I mean, if you do.
Yeah.
All right, Xander, it's your decision.
I know. It's just, I feel like I like Gormagala better, and I think that's what I'm gonna go vote for. But I feel like the Kirby, that one feels like it lines up more with like what I expect from an RFN TSI.
I like to make people expect the unexpected.
Yeah. All right, we're going with Gormagala.
Oh, all right. Kind of an upset. I actually expected Kirby to get knocked out sooner, but once it got rolling, I thought, well, we might be headed all the way. But I mean, anything that makes it this far is a champion.
Gormagala doesn't feel like an RFN TSI, but that's part of its appeal because it stands out.
It does stand out. It does.
Really, the black sheep.
I think they're all black sheep. All right, there we go. This is the last quarterfinal round. It is 327 versus 903. This is Truthiness versus a secure Magic Kingdom.
I gotta go with my boy Donald Duck. All the way, ride or die.
I knew this.
He heals me.
I knew this one was gonna had potential to go far.
Oh.
He heals me as long as I change the settings.
So the best.
Man.
The best part is that this gives me time to set up the other ones because now they're hard. They're not just like, oh, we can just solve this quick.
Well, chat's it's a blowout in chat.
I'll need to look. I haven't looked yet.
0-5 for Pro Palpatine.
God, this next round is stupid. This next round is so stupid.
Yes.
It's so dumb. Like how? This is by far the dumbest.
Because I asked for it specifically.
This is by far the stupidest round, and I expect people to take screenshots of this one.
Yes, I'm going to be.
I think. Oh no.
There's a lot of screenshots in play.
Hey, Matt, if you vote for Donald Duck, I'll help you in Birth by Sleep more.
That's fucked up.
You'll help me.
That's fucked up.
I'm going with
Well,
Mario.
now I can't make any vote because like.
So we have two
for Duck,
2 for the Duck, and 1 for Mario.
Well, now no matter what vote I make, it's either giving into bribery or it just feels like I'm trying not to appear like I'm giving into bribery.
Yes, I have corrupted.
So I
you.
already know how I'm going to vote if it comes down to me. I will not say.
Okay. I give it to Donald Duck.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you'd gone with Mario, I was going to give it to Donald Duck anyway. So
Okay.
I actually don't like. I like the joke on the Mario one, but I didn't. I'm surprised it made it as far as it did. All right, so that was
The
903.
joke's just really strong.
It is. It's the I had some inspiration from some professionals in the media. Let's put it that way. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna be here for the moment. Here it is.
Here it is.
Oh, I want to watch it in the stream happen. Yeah, there it goes. What?
I am posting this in the NW. Fuck! GX beat me by like 2 seconds.
I'm glad we made a moment of
Congratulations.
this. God, this is an image.
It's Mad Whale McCree. I'm going with that one.
This
I
is
mean,
such a stupid image.
as much as I love the Psyduck one with the cool shadow and the fedora and everything, that logo with the Mad Whale McCree, you did good there. That deserves it.
This is so.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Mad Whale, and
I gotta give it to Mad Whale.
I'm gonna call the shot now. I think Mad Whale's gonna win it.
I think Mad Whale. Oh, Mad Whale's probably gonna win it, but it's gonna break my heart.
It's a tough one. All right, I'm gonna start setting up the next one real quick. So if y'all wanna pay your respects to Psyduck, by all means.
You did good, buddy.
I do like it. Looks like they're going to have a shootout to survive.
Yeah.
Like there is something deeply satisfying about that. Oh,
Actually, it looks like Mad Whale is gonna shoot Psyduck, and Psyduck got caught off guard.
yeah, it was a quick draw situation, and he didn't. You know what's nice though, because that we're now in the quarterfinals. I don't have to change one of them.
This is the sequel to 1-2 Switch.
It just happened to already be in the right position.
Yeah, Mad Whale McCree wins the chat vote. Total blowout there.
All right, so Mad Whale McCree pulled it out.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me fix these real quick. It's slightly out of alignment. I can't fix it. Why can't I fix it? Because I'm clicking on the wrong thing. You. Move. Fine. Don't move. I don't care. You can't. I'll deal with your bullshit later. All right. So I need to just hit swap. Okay, cool. Bang. We have Chaotic Gore Magala versus a Secure Empire.
Secure Empire.
I'm going with Gore Makala.
I kind of feel like it should be Gormagala.
It's if it comes to me, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
The chat poll is up.
Before we do the final.
Oh, it's a blowout already.
Oh no.
They want Kingdom Hearts. And yet, you motherfuckers are putting in channel points to delay Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, hey Seren,
Yeah, what's up?
if you put in channel points right now, I will switch my vote.
From Gormagala to Palpatine?
From Gormagala
so
to Palpatine.
y'all are just trying to take it out of my hands, huh?
This sounds like it's against the spirit of the event, but all right.
Y'all are just trying to take this vote from me. I get it.
There, just bribed you.
Turns wrong. Yeah, I should have said 2000, but yeah, that's on me.
Did we vote out House MD already?
We
Is that-
did.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. I think it might have lost.
All
to
right, Duck wins.
one of these two. All right, so
That's 3 votes.
oh man. All right, so let me go ahead and mark it. That's 903.
But I will not, under any circumstances, vote against Mad Whale McCree.
All right. Well, before we do that, I want to take a pause real quick.
Finale, whale versus duck? Yes. It went whale versus duck to whale versus a different duck.
I want to take a pause real quick, since I can do that. And actually, let me change transition. Okay, there we go. Let me change. I do have a show nothing setting. I'm looking for that one. which is fine. 07. Once I got the rhythm of doing these down, this actually got fairly quick. But boy, turns out that having lots of like manual adjustments on the fly was not ideal. Go figure. I want to go ahead and preview the very first TSI of the year because, we'll do that.
It's nostalgic.
Yeah, well, it's the very first TSI of the coming year.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh.
And I can actually just do it real quick like this, I think. Yeah, this will work.
Please tell me that it's the kids playing Lego Andor.
It's not, because I've already made it, and so that would have happened before. I will go ahead and reveal the name of the episode as well, because it's relevant. Although most of the people on this call have probably already seen it because it's been sitting on the NWR site for a couple days now. This is episode 803, Fitness Power Boys, BOIS, versus the Urban Champion. I'm just going to go ahead and transition that now. There we go. I want to speak a little bit about my creative process on this one.
Please do.
So first and foremost, this is spawned by two distinct email questions we received. One is about what music you can work out to, which is something I do to a certain degree, and we were addressed as the. I'm going to get the exact text we were used to address ourselves as quote. Good afternoon, gentlemen. No, not that one. It was just one. Hello and good day, James and the Fitness Power Boys, BOIS. Which is really going for something. And then we had a different email that revolved around if we weren't allowed to have Urban Champion anymore, what would be the bad song or the bad game that Nintendo would put on all their services?
Pinball.
We had some pretty good debate about it, and then if you've read the article, which nobody has yet, I very much put my thumb on the scale. GX is the correct answer. Congratulations. So somebody did note I edited all of these WikiHow characters to be us. So
I was gonna say they look good.
So Guillaume got his kind of buzz cut hair. His razor cut hair. That person used to have flowing hair. John was balded with a shine spot added.
Nice.
I had my hair color changed to more closely match mine because the hair was kind of already there. And Greg is currently image redacted.
Nice.
He's in the back using a resistance band. You can't really see it.
You should have used the Yoshi that was used in the art.
Well, no, I wanted it to be. I like anytime I represent Greg in one of these, I always do the whole like pixelated image, like he's doing an interview off screen.
Yeah.
I do have a Twitch poll going right now, by the way, for Fitness Boys versus the Urban Champion.
Nice.
When are you dropping the calendar?
Like making a weekly calendar out of the TSIs. I've joked about it.
Yeah.
I don't have enough of them. There's only 50 this year.
Oh well.
But I mean, like, I would be fine if somebody wants to do something with these. I don't know how to do that.
Fitness Boys wins 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't have been that close because it's Fitness Boys versus boring garbage. I'm glad that we've somehow landed on the piano Silverlum track fucking finally after it's looped through and hit like 3 times off this random visual novel song that's in there that keeps hitting. Yeah, so this is the one for this week. It's been done for a little bit. I had to do a lot of manipulation to make sure it didn't look like something else was happening. Squeezing the 4 figures in there and it still looking like it wasn't anything uncomfortable.
Yeah, you had to be real careful about where the arms are placed for the one representing John.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I was in the yearbook team, and I was helping out with like taking pictures of like various sports, and the wrestling pictures were always the hardest, just because like 95% of them looked wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's coming on Sunday for on 1-1. We actually recorded this episode a week ago today, so it's been sitting in the can for a little bit. It's about an hour and a half. It's just email. All right. So I believe I have the final round queued up. Let me make sure I've got it all lined up right. Yeah. Can I open up the window, the preview window, big so I can see it? I can. Beautiful. Let me just fix the duck slightly because he is slightly off. I think the only way I can do that is drag him out of the grouping. And now I can fix him on his own. Maybe.
James, I hope you enjoy my collage that I've made of our various TSIs.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Here is our final. And the images is fucked up. God damn it. I'm trying
This
to...
poll's going to go for 2 minutes.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's Mad Will McCree for me. I don't have much else to say. I feel like everything's been said that needs to be said. So I commence bribing.
What if I ungroup it? Well, let me do that. No.
All right, the Twitch poll is up.
It doesn't like groups. I've noticed that. Like it does it.
Oh, it hates them.
It is something about the resolution of that picture is weird, and I can't fix it to make it sit in the frame, so it's going to be slightly below the frame the whole time. It is what it is. Yeah. So Mad Will, like this felt inevitable once they both got past like one or two challengers that were in their way.
Yep, my vote is for Mad Whale.
Does Mad Will have any WikiHow in it?
GX is now talking about muscular Yoshi. Mad Whale probably doesn't.
Neither does
No,
the
neither
winner
of these have WikiHow.
Nope.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
like I would say about 1 in 6 don't have WikiHow overall.
tournament denied its WikiHow.
Yeah. It's
So the Twitch poll is currently separated by only 1 vote.
these are both
There's 14 people in here and only 5 people have voted.
these were both involved edits, but like intimate edits too. Like it wasn't like I had to build the whole structure.
Yeah.
Like cuz if you go look at the actual original Mad Dog McCree image, it's really not that far off from what we ended up with.
I think that adds to its appeal.
Yeah, it's a I can actually show the original image. Let me see if I can find it.
Like, this is kind of like a perfect encapsulation of less is more.
Hey, Matt,
Yeah.
can I get you to add a quote for me?
What quote?
I'm not going to explain it. Chat will back me up as long as they don't give you additional context. This looks like a good spot to find some ingredients. Can you add that quote, please?
I didn't
This
say
feel-
that. Did I?
This feels against the spirit of the quote box, but
Well, that's kind of been the theme of the night.
Yeah, this feels like a setup if you're asking me.
PokePal and Reg McFly both say they had difficulty voting and want to add to the duck, which makes it a tie, which means that chat vote has canceled itself out.
Let me try this.
Which means that it does
Wait, I
not
do
matter
know
which I
that-
vote.
I do know the context of find some ingredients.
There we go. All right. So let me go ahead and pull this in.
You just want that to be there for when I play Kingdom Hearts 3.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What, they made a third Kingdom Hearts game?
Did they?
Yeah, yeah, it's called Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, is that the Kingdom Hearts 3? That's the 12th part of the trilogy.
Yeah. This is the just real quick. The source for the Mad Dog McCree image.
Wow, yeah, you weren't kidding. That did turn out really well.
Make it so it's not so friggin' huge. There we go. So I had to do some work, obviously.
Yeah.
I actually used a different version of this image that's not cut so close to it. But yeah, basically this is where it came from. I had to recreate the letters in gold because I couldn't match the font. Let's see. Let me go delete that now that I don't want it. Delete. Get out of here. Yes. And then I don't remember. If I could find the image of Palpatine that I was using there. It's from a comic book. I just don't remember where I found it. It's fine. Like, it's pretty straightforward what that image is. It's tough to because he's in a lot of comics. Turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are you looking for the one of Palpatine?
I was looking for that specific image, but it's not.
I might actually be able to find that because I remember that one being prominently featured on the Star Wars wiki.
Oh,
Is he saying, "Behold, my first galactic quackpire,
oh dear God.
That is the scene it's from.
galactic quack empire"?
Dear God.
Cool.
All right, so where are we at on the vote? How did the chat vote? Chat tied?
Chat tie canceled itself out, and both Xander and Matt voted for Whale. I didn't vote.
Okay. So
So that means that it doesn't matter what I vote, that Whale won.
Well,
wait, I let you.
good job.
Oh, I
guys.
get what you're saying. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and mark that. Let me go find some celebratory music before I go mark a winner.
I was planning on voting on whatever chat voted for, and then chat didn't vote for anything,
Nice.
which was excellent.
It's not quite what I wanted, but that's fine. I just hit next, and this is what it gave me. Thanks, you stupid thing.
I found the original comic image. I put it in the Twitch chat.
Nice. Yep, that's the one.
Yes, and I've already bastardized the winner by putting Kirby and House MD in the TSI, along with a poorly photoshopped picture of you on Mario Paint.
Great.
Yep.
That was 7:03. So let me go ahead and mark a winner here. The report scores is taking longer every time, and this time it's been churning for like 20 seconds. It's really not.
That's odd.
It's really not happy with me right now. I just want to finish out the bracket, please.
I've used challenge before. I don't know why it's having so much trouble.
I don't know.
Okay, pal.
There it goes.
I don't mean to spoil Star Wars for you, but somehow Donald Duck returns.
Good. Let me just for the purposes of fairness show the
I mean, he did die in episode 6. It's just,
About a
dark
week
magic,
ago or
cloning,
so.
secrets only the Sith knows.
About a week ago or so was the second anniversary of somehow Palpatine returned.
there you go.
Yeah.
There's the source image of Palpy.
Oh, that's funny considering. Well, I guess Seren, you're the only one that was witness to this. Somehow Sigourney returned.
Yes, somehow Sigourney returned.
What?
Avatar 2.
Yeah.
She's
They don't
Wait,
explain that.
Okay. Literally, the third line of dialogue in Avatar: The Way of Water is she's our adopted daughter, born from Grace's avatar, whose conception was a mystery.
Wow.
Wait. But when she died,
Yeah.
ew. What? That's gross.
Now
Wait,
she's
how?
There you
a
go.
teenager.
There's your
In case you're wondering,
there's-
by the end of the movie, that mystery is not solved.
there's your origins of the duck.
It turned out very well.
It's
I really what is that duck from?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, okay.
It's a Halloween
From the
town.
Nightmare Before Christmas world.
But you can see where I had to put shading to cover for the hood.
Yes.
But
And also cut out the bit that would be clipping through the hood.
yeah. But in the end, this was probably a pretty easy edit that just took a long time. But I just like how obvious it is they did a trace over for the Palpatine art in that comic and didn't draw it again. They just traced over the art. Oh, or the frame in the movie. Oh, it's so good. Or just ran some filters on his face.
I'm sorry, I'm still hung up on the Sigourney Weaver thing.
Oh, you
So,
should
like,
be. It's terrible.
She dies, but the avatar still, the body is still alive, and so presume.
No.
Well, no, because it was she died as a human. Her avatar
Yeah.
never died.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So she dies as a human, but her avatar is still alive. So presumably, someone mated with that body, and then that body gave
The
birth.
conception was a mystery.
Yeah, that's what you're missing. Is that there's no rhyme or reason to it because they didn't bother.
I
What it
cannot
was
stress enough
was-
that by the end of the movie, that mystery is not solved.
Yeah,
The mystery is we want Sigourney Weaver in our movie and maybe already had her on contract to return.
yes.
And she's playing a teenager.
That's what? She's playing
Yes.
a teenager.
She's a 70-year-old woman playing a teenager.
Famed
And that teenager,
teenager.
yes, and that teenager has an unexplained conception.
Great.
So what happened?
Somehow
to,
Sigourney Weaver returned.
what happened to Sigourney Weaver's avatar body? Is that ever
It's still around.
just kind of in a closet somewhere?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Guess they need to get any more kids out of it. Like, what?
Does that mean like the whole last whatever number of years, Jake's body's been sitting in a tube?
Look, the first 10 minutes of that movie are just James Cameron going over and over again, man, I wish I ended that last one differently.
Okay, great.
It's like, it's light speed retcons. It's genuinely impressive.
If we did a third place, which we didn't, I did not request a third place in the bracket. This is what it would have been.
Well, we could make that choice right now.
Fuck it, I'm fine with that.
I'm going with the left one.
The chaotic Gore Magala.
Yeah.
I also give it to Gormagala.
I can't have the two winners be
Well, this would have been third. This is
Holding
third
gun.
place. So
sure.
right now it's Mad Dog. Then
One of them's gonna have WikiHow involved somehow, and if it's gonna be this one, it might as well be the one with the least amount of WikiHow.
it's true. Like there will be some. It would be pretty funny if we went over.
Mad Whale McCree would have wanted us to vote for Psyduck.
Mad Dog McCree would have put a bullet in Psyduck. Have you played Mad Dog McCree? Anybody with a gun, just start blasting.
I have played an alarming amount of that incredibly racist game.
So what? 5 minutes?
Let's call it more, unfortunately. I reviewed the ill-conceived 3DS port.
Honestly, that sounds amazing. Like, what if there was a DSiWare port, so that might be the worst version of the game. Like, the constraints you would be working in to make that are so extreme.
So spoiled for my DSiWare crew.
Oh my god. Because, like, you think about, like, the file size limit, the resolution limit, like, everything you would have to do to make that work just sounds like a nightmare. This part of the tournament, we've already crowned the champion. This is our third place.
Oh, it is not on DSiWare. It is, you're just thinking of the 3DS eShop version.
Oh, okay.
Well, so here's our third and fourth. Wow, we got the top four.
Chat tied.
Chat tied. All right, so does that mean we're with Chaotic Gore Magala?
Yeah.
All right, let me make up a quick scene to put the winners in. It was not
No,
Kirby.
Alex. Kirby got eliminated a few rounds ago. It was Mad Whale McCree.
Well, McCree got platinum. Donald Palpatine got gold. Mad Dog, or what's this called? Gore Magala got silver, and then Psyduck got bronze.
Yeah, I'll add him in real quick. Let's see.
And Sigourney Weaver got objectified.
Literally.
Yeah, that's the most, like, putting a female body into a closet just for the sole purpose of having a child.
It's called fucking putting her in the fridge.
Yeah, that's kind
of literally.
Yes.
Is that too on the nose?
So, funnily enough,
James Cameron on the nose. What?
These already line up for us. I don't have to create a new image. This is Mad Whale McCree is first. For a safe and secure Magic Kingdom is second. Chaotic Gore Magala is third, and Psyduck Yusaka is fourth. It's the very top of the bracket was violent the whole way.
Oh god, it was rough.
Like, I think every round the whale was in, it had a potential quarterfinalist against it.
Yeah.
So it stomped out a lot of potential, like, also runs through the tournament early. Which
James, congratulations on making quite the body of work. You really have a portfolio here.
this is a portfolio. You're right. Like, the worst part is Mad Whale McCree emotes. That's the thing. Like, it's
Like that, Madwell McCree is your qualification right there, according to everyone here.
oh my god. I like that I had to.
Oh yeah, we should make an emote out of Mad Whale McCree.
Are you allowed to make an emote of someone holding a gun
I mean,
on Twitch?
Probably not, but
but they have to catch us first.
yeah.
And it's gonna be so low resolution, it won't be clear what he's holding. Why did I?
Well, it's not like we're discussing this on a platform.
They'd have to watch this 3-hour video.
I did stare at that thing for like what 2 or 3 rounds and didn't even notice the gun. So if I'm looking at it that high res and then compared to like a
At 50 pixels high, there's not going to be a visible gun.
No, it's just gonna look weird. I might need to do something with this, and I don't know what, but it's God, this is an incredibly stupid exercise. When I just thought of this, I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go, but I bet it's gonna be dumb. And yeah,
Go ahead.
no, that's it. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you nailed it, man. You did it. You pulled it off. This is the culmination of 2 years of your life,
Jesus
and
Christ.
we're all here.
Madwell McCree.
We're all here with you and for you.
Is this going to become like the annual New Year's Eve-ish tradition?
I don't know. Like all right, so I can like the thing is there's still last year's TSIs, which I never did anything with. I've got
You could do a throwback one.
I've got the folder open right now. A lot of them last year were not as involved.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was also I wasn't nearly as consistent on the image sizes because I just didn't, I didn't have a plan. I've, for lack of a better word, have created industry around producing these things at this point.
You're a young new artist, fresh out of art school, making your way in life. I get it.
But
I've
there
been
were there were the occasional ones where I went just absolutely ham last year. I'll transition this one. Where like on the left one, this was when they released that the new Switch light color and they insisted it was blue.
Because it was.
It's not. It's not fucking blue. That is Pantone blue behind the guy, and then that gray thing is whatever they said was blue. Which is why a man in a Pantone sweatshirt is just storming away while Nintendo cries. But the other one was this was when Mario what was it? Mario 20 or
Died?
whatever.
Is that a book burning?
Yes. This is Bonfire of the Vanities.
Oh my god.
This is when they got rid of the Mario what was it called? Not Mario 99, Mario
35.
Mario 35 and announced Pac-Man 99 at roughly the same time. So this was a bonfire of the vanities of Pac-Man replacing Mario. Again, I was a lot wilder with them sometimes last year.
Wow.
I particularly like the guy right at the fire with the fully open mouth laughing as the Marios burn.
Oh god, it's the Ghostly Adventures Pac-Man too.
Oh yeah. Oh, a lot of stuff got done as I was playing with the form last year. Let me just go. There's this one which
the one enveloped in fumes, his red eyes.
I was convinced Neil would say something about this one. This was
my fault.
This was when I realized I could do anything.
Oh my god.
I could just do anything and nobody would say anything.
Yeah, at a certain point we realized that on the Twitch channel too.
Well, what the fuck? Okay, well, what the fuck did I say that led to that? I look at that and I'm like, oh, that was me. But I don't remember what the context was.
Like the idea that I can just do whatever I want and no one cares and it's fine. Like it's such a stupid nonsense image. The ones for from retroactives tend to be weird. This was us getting incredibly frustrated by them saying previously on in Resident Evil Revelations. So it's just everywhere. That is it. I made Chris out of a random WikiHow character, which I thought was really funny. Let's see. Oh, there was another one.
Oh, that's supposed to be Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
He looks so scrawny.
Oh yeah. There weren't a lot to go on. This was me.
Wait. Sorry, I fucking clicked on the episode from the minimal eroticism, and now I'm 3 times as confused as I was before.
This was me trying to get in trouble and not, which is really funny. This was about like summertime DLC in mobile games. This was me actually trying to get in trouble and nobody saying anything, and I realized like, oh, I can just do anything. This is.
I think it was Matt that showed me that that render of Daisy isn't even like the worst one you could have picked. I think there's one of Rosalina that's even like more scandalous.
Yeah, but so.
Oh, yeah, that's for a while. That was like the most recent thing in the NWR staff chat on Discord.
So that one worked for me because it was very easy to cover and make it look worse than it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember the context of this.
Here, Xander, I'll send you the renders you're thinking of, and you can decide where those get posted for context.
I don't even know what was going on with this image.
No, don't like that.
I don't know if you're reacting to the new funky mode or what I sent you.
The new funky mode. What did you say? Oh.
I say anytime new funky mode like that's one of my favorite jokes wherever you can make it work.
I don't know why I put a bunch of robots on there. Because you've noticed everyone there is a robot. But
I mean, it's clear they got something to do with Rob.
I like the bandana and like the mask that you just put over it.
I have no idea what the fuck. Because this is
and
like.
Why is there a Star Fox? Is this a Star Fox robot?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Rob.
It's Rob 64.
Because this is about a year ago. This is from the date on this was 8/21. So that's actually even further back. I don't know if that was an RFN episode or what.
So August 21.
Or excuse me, August 8/21. So this would be August 8th.
So August 8th, 2021.
Yeah.
I guess my question is now, like, I feel like I'm at like a comic book panel or something. Like, what's next for you, James? Are you going to continue WikiHow, or are you going to do something else?
More of this
like,
bullshit, probably.
Okay, all right. You have a fan base now.
This one's fucked up. This one's really fucked up.
I'm looking at the new funky mode versus We Rob You one, and like the first thing my eye catches is Seren mentioned in the description.
Oh, good.
Oh my god. What's the context on that?
Completely unrelated to like.
Yeah, I get name dropped all the time. What is it?
It's just saying that they played Monsters Expedition, so it's
hell yeah.
disclaimer.
I mean, I sometimes just get name dropped in the descriptions just to be like, Seren would disapprove, but, and I'm like, what? Because I read these, and I'm always like, where the fuck am I going?
This, I think, wow, the first appearance of Rex was all the way back in March of 21.
Excellent.
There it is.
So
when was that reveal for Smash Brothers? How quickly did you get on that?
Oh, this is probably within like a day.
Yeah, that's just like immediately.
The reveal was February 17th.
This is from February 20th.
Perfect.
Matt, I just sent you the episode article for 722 Minimal Eroticism.
Oh no.
Can you look at this and fucking guess where the fuck minimal eroticism came from? 'Cause I have no idea. And
it's not no eroticism, to be clear.
Yes.
it's minimal.
But
Near Automata's mentioned. That's my best guess.
maybe.
I'm
but
gonna hurt Seren real quick.
oh god, what is it? Oh no, that's not hurting me. It's just yes.
There we go.
Oh,
That's
Are you gonna turn into NFTs, James?
that's one of my favorites. Is that one?
Oh no, that's the most recent Kingdom Hearts I've played.
Here's the one that I accused them of making a snuff film. This was on the top of NWR for like 5 days. That's all it said. For like 5 days, that sat at the top of the website, and nobody said a goddamn thing.
It would be funny is if like actually maybe this wouldn't be funny. I don't know. It's like when John took over the site. I believe the TSI was like of him and Neil like doing like a valedictorian speech or whatever. Like you putting that one up next to that.
The beautiful.
I feel like
Oh, go ahead.
I feel like the idea with whenever you put up one of these TSIs as to why no one said something is because everyone just assumes, well, this has to be okay. He wouldn't just do it, right?
I think that's part of it. John Lindemann in the tub that saw too much.
My gosh.
Like, there's no. I think you're right. I think it is just like everyone. He's been here forever. Like, whatever.
It's the bystander syndrome.
Right. Should we stop him? I mean, he must know what he's doing. It must be okay, right? No, it's not okay.
It's like, I've only been here for 3 years. What am I going to say to him?
None of this is. Does this look okay to you? No. This is not okay.
But I like you're totally right that like there is just some level of we could just get away with anything, because me and Joe have noticed that on Twitch because we just streamed a rhythm game with a ton of licensed music and made it all about VTubers, and it's like, oh, no one said a word.
Nobody cares. It's fine. Like I can do anything here, and nobody's gonna complain. Oh, here we go. This is it.
Well, I don't know. Apparently I say things and I get in trouble. So you can do it.
There it is. This is the freshest memes of 2021.
great.
Can you make out what that store is, Seren?
Yeah.
And yet, the thing that he's into is the fucking way home. It's just the absolute. The way home, it might be the worst content in any Nintendo published game.
No, what? No, not at all.
It has extreme sexual predator energy.
You know, I
Yes.
never got that far in Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Barry Goodman's relationship with I can't remember her name now.
Oh, I got far enough to
Mamori.
know that.
Yeah, Mamori Chan is very upsetting. But
yeah, so I never played the Wii U version, and I heard from like a lot of people, oh, Barry's like the best character, and I just took that on faith that they weren't completely unhinged until I played the Switch version.
yeah, no, Barry's not the. Barry is like occasionally you're like, that's a pretty funny role for Barry, and then 90% of Barry is like, no, I don't like this.
Yeah, Barry is the best character if you've only played 1 hour of this game.
He has a couple good moments later in the game, and then he has a chapter where he actually is a character, but then the reward for that chapter where he is a character is the way home, where he dresses up like Mamori's dog and regularly performs for her while she pets him.
Yep.
Wow.
The way home is very a lot. Like at that point, you're really at the, like, I don't want to see him anywhere near her ever again. And then the song plays, and it's like they're looking at you through the TV and going, "Gotcha, fucker."
Gee, I wonder why these characters never get attention in Fire Emblem Heroes.
No,
Funny you bring that up, Matt.
They are all in Fire Emblem Heroes, actually.
Matt, I can't
No,
really,
just a couple of them.
I don't think I can say what I'm thinking, Matt, but just remember that time you streamed a game recently that I watched and the comments that I made about it. That's all coming back to me very quickly.
the way home is very alarming. Is the best way of describing it.
This is not the worst thing in a Nintendo published game.
I
I can name 5 worst things off the top of my head, but it is not good.
It's alarming how quickly they jump to that. It's just like, wow, we're here. Okay. I don't even remember this. I know Robert Rodriguez is name dropped in this episode title, but I don't remember much about it. I made a Robert Rodriguez poster out of a duck and a mountain lion from WikiHow. I don't know.
Next to
GX made a good point in the chat. 2 former site directors you talk to on a weekly basis publicly didn't remove you.
It's true. There was a point where it was like, is this just like, I could do anything because it's just me. Like I have most of my worst shit comes from one of the former site directors.
Let me ask you this: do you feel protected?
No.
Okay.
I feel like
flying by the seat of your pants.
See, so to be protected, you have to be protected from something, and I feel like there's just no consequences.
I will say that even like I have such a tangential relation to the site, and yet anytime I ask Neil, i.e., like, can I do this with regards to NWR, and he's like, hell yeah, that would be so fucking terrible.
Like,
do it.
My funniest memory right now is like asking Neil and John, like, yo, like, we kind of want to do like a Kingdom Hearts thing. Is it okay if we play a PS4 game on our stream?
I don't care.
That's very funny to think back on.
So like, and I've made this joke before. Neil has definitely changed from when he was the site director at first. Like when he first became site director, like he was being super professional about it. And of course now he's not site director, he's site owner. But the running, and I've made the joke on RFN, it's kind of a running gag, and he's owned up to it and whatever. So I'm not making fun of him anymore. It's just really funny to think about where Nintendo downloads used to be really bad. Like Gersman had the Nintendo Downloads Express. RFN was making jokes about him even before then. And at some point we had this weekly article that would go up every, I think it was Tuesday, when they would drop. It was either Tuesday or Thursday when they dropped the press release. And it'd be like
Mondays.
Mondays? Okay. It'd be like 9 things on there usually. And we would just write up an article and it'd be very cut and dry. And like 3 of us.
We still have that.
We do, but we don't write up about every game that's coming to the download service anymore. It used to be like there are 9 games coming to the Wii, and that's it. It's the whole list.
So it's now playing, right? Yeah.
Now playing was a different segment.
Now playing was its own special hell.
It really was. Everything about making Now Playing sucks. But like 3 of us were writing that article, and that's it. It was just the same 3 people every week. And whoever got to it first would grab it. And at some point, it just turned into like us taking shots at each other in the article. Like I think Carly fired the first shot where she just name dropped me in the write up of this really insipid game, and I was like, oh, well, fuck you too. And then it just turned into like we just started making fun of shit in that article because the article was really boring. It was just like, Fun with the Puyus Volume 2 came out. It's like
learning with the Puyus.
Wii U era?
Oh yeah,
no, this is WiiWare.
This is WiiWare.
Oh, we even better.
Yeah. Like we knew Enjoy Your Massage was coming because we had done an interview about it. And so there was a lot going on behind the scenes on that one. What I will say is the team that made it is Italian, and the interviewer we had native language was Spanish. So there was some fun with that apparently. I don't know. I didn't edit that interview, thank God. I think Carly did. I just remember getting a heads up of like, you're going to want to read this when it goes live. And I was like, okay. And we were all basically just watching for when that dropped because we wanted to be the ones to write the fucked up article about it. And I caught it and wrote that every game I contextualized around things for John Lindemann. Like, it was like, and if you want to run a beauty farm, well, that just sounds like something right up John Lindemann's alley. And for learning to read, something he could definitely like to do. It's just like one thing after another, the whole fucking thing. And then somebody came in from the outside who didn't normally write the stupid article. We've been doing this for like 2 or 3 months at this point. It had gone from being a chore when these come up to being something like 3 of us were just sitting there waiting for the press release to drop so we could email. Got it. And he like didn't get the joke. but he understood that he was supposed to make jokes. And so like the whole thing just felt really weird and like kind of like ooh. Ugh.
Oh no.
And then Neil sent an email that included the phrase "Don't be funny," and in the back channel communication I was having with the other two individuals, because we were just making fun of each other for doing this. Like, just "don't be funny" just kept getting repeated back and forth. Because it's just like, what do you mean, don't be funny? Like, it's the fucking stupidest phrase in the world. And he's later like, yeah, I was being too professional about this. It's not a big deal. But just like the idea of that stupid press release, which almost always had just garbage on it. Like, it was always just bad stuff.
Worst, to be clear, like, just because I know that Matt probably is not intimately aware of the absolute dog shit bullshit that were these press releases.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're making me aware.
Yeah, this week...
No, I'm not. I'm making you aware of the contents, not the structure, not the format.
No.
Yeah, like, so we would do them... I think we did, like, I searched for it, and I found one of the ones that was, like, the problem. That was like, oh, this is the one where we got this "don't be funny" anymore.
Oh, I actually happened to just find the one for the week of Enjoy Your Massage.
Oh yeah, like what was the article for that one? Because
should I read it or
you can read it, sure. I don't care.
In what might be best described as an off-color week, the Nintendo downloads are all for WiiWare and DSiWare services. This, the second week in a row without a Virtual Console offering, provides a veritable slew of options to fulfill someone's gaming desires. That someone is our site director, John Lindemann.
Yes. I'm trying
This
to
was
find...
the week of My Aquarium 2!
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's-
Full circle.
Like, this is just the stupidest shit in the world.
I'm trying to find someone who has like copied and like reposted one of those verbatim. Maybe like gamespress.org.
Oh yeah, they've got them all.
Like
we used to post the press release and the article separately. And so, like, we would tie them together. So a lot of them, we have the press release attached to it.
So
if you go to the article and then hit...
Oh my god, there are like 4 shots at John in this one article.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was just, like, lobbing shots at him. And he knew it was coming.
Matt, can you link me that?
Yeah, sure.
I'm looking at it now, but I'm specifically...
It got nuclear. Like the problem is it was one joke, then it was like 10 jokes, then it was just nothing but jokes. And so like yeah, he was right that we had gone way overboard. Like we had really just decided. Dear God, the thing Xander sent me is horrifying. Also, I look like I'm 12 in that picture. I don't
When I googled your face, that's what popped up.
I don't like that phrase at all. I googled your face and that's what popped up. I fucking hate that on a lot of levels.
I just typed in James Joan RFN and that's you know what's funny? It's when you Google your name and RFN, it's that picture and then the one with Kirby like measuring the meth right next to each other.
Oh man, I'm so young in that picture.
And Mr. Diamond K.
Mr. Diamond K, yep. And Tom Brady's Holiday Hotline. A lot of this is just stuff that I've tweeted, which is funny. And then there's the one of the Nintendo World Report powered off issues, which I'm bummed that we don't do anymore. Like that was fun. Well, I'm not bummed because it's a shitload of work, but it was cool to do.
It looked cool.
God.
All right, I think I found the mother lobe.
Oh no.
Fuck. This is a nightmare of the site not working with some of these old press releases because they are trying to embed media.
Tom Brady's Holiday Hotline.
All right, what about December 1st, 2011? No, this is unfortunately after they had fixed some of their shit, and so now you just get little blurbs such as Dr. Gregory House and his elite diagnostic team race against the clock to unravel a medical mystery involving a middle-aged circus manager who was strangled by a horse.
Yep. No, that all checks out.
All right. I am like really trying to.
All of that sounds right.
Finally, I found the format I'm looking for. Okay. So, I'm gonna pick a random fucking week, and I'm just gonna read out loud this press release.
Oh God.
Mostly for.
We gotta wrap it up, but sure. Well, let's just do that, and then we can wrap.
Yeah, I agree. I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah, I'm. Okay. Give me 1 second because some of these.
I'm gonna go back to the splash. I'm gonna go back to the horrifying splash.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Mario Party Monthly is next Friday.
Oh God.
Yeah, for playing the last game that we can still know we can play without having to do a substantial amount of testing that we have been putting off for much too long.
Yeah, I got a feeling.
All right.
Okay. Here is this one where you would just get shit like this. 3, 2, 1, happy half year. This is sent on June 28th, 2010.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, 2010 is just about halfway behind us now.
Oh, God.
Or if you're an optimist, halfway ahead of us. Either way, why not make a half resolution to try out some new downloadable games? I want to be clear. Pause. This is the fucking format that Nintendo's PR agency wrote every single week.
They would try to tie.
Every
would
week.
try to tie the games together too through some loose theme.
I love this. So yeah, here we go.
Yeah, a lot of the comedy in the articles would be just like unpacking the theme that they put them around in and just being like, "This is stupid. Please stop."
Is this like dad humor?
It's worse.
It's worse.
It's PR humor.
I was literally going to say those words.
It's dad humor that thinks it's late night comedy.
This week, Jet Rocket zooms onto the WiiWare TM service to thwart the plans of the awesomely named Power Plant Posse. That reads
No,
of.
you
That
cannot
reads
put
of.
the phrase awesomely named in your
Can you
PR.
tell us one interesting thing about your game?
Yeah.
The Nintendo 64 trademark classic Mario Tennis trademark on the Virtual Console trademark surface reminds tennis fans that most matches last less than 11 hours. And Maestro, I'm
guessing something had just happened.
Yes, I'm guessing something had just happened. And Maestro Green Groove on the Nintendo DSiWare trademark service lets you become a virtuoso as everything you do in the game becomes music. We've also... Hang on.
The script to a Nintendo Week episode with Allison and Gary.
There was a...
I mean, that's the same era of Nintendo, right?
Yes. We've also got new arrivals in the big name game section of the WarioWare trademark DIY series, which features downloadable micro games from some of the industry's most talented figures. This week, we have some new additions from the Treehouse, Nintendo's game localization team. New, quote, big name games, unquote, will be added every Monday through July 26th. All available to download for 0 Nintendo DSi points trademark to anyone with broadband internet access and a copy of either WarioWare DIY for the Nintendo DS trademark family of systems or WarioWare DIY Showcase software for the WiiWare Surface. Jet Rocket, Pong Toss Pro frat party games, born on college campuses. Pong Toss is the ultimate party game favorite. Now, Pong Toss Pro takes it to the next level by featuring a completely redesigned throwing system for complete accuracy and improved graphics.
I'm trying to decide if this sounds like it was written at gunpoint or by someone who was way too eager.
There was a running joke that I was trying to track down the writer of this press release to do an interview, and that Nintendo wouldn't let me talk to them because of shit like this.
I think Madwell McCree had the gun up against the PR person.
There was a request at one point where I was like, "Is it possible we can talk to the person who writes these?" And I did not get a response.
That's probably because there's no good reason that you'd ever want to talk to that person. There's only nefarious reasons.
I'm going to read one here that I think is important. This was an article written by Neil, so nobody was funny. It's so this week I'm just gonna read them off real quick. The games: Bit Trip Fate, a real game. My Planetarium, not a real game. Go on DSiWare. Go. That was it for Wii. That's the only Wii downloadable content that week. DSiWare, Go Island Rescue. This is a game, I guess. Spot the Differences. Not even Spot the Differences : thing. Just straight up vanilla ass Spot the Differences. Somehow regarded as players 1 to 6 on the Nintendo DS. Go Series Defense Wars, a Flash game. And speaking of Flash, Flashlight from Casa. Players 1. ESRB rating not rated. Price 200 Nintendo DSi points. He should have written DSiWare points.
Ian, did the DSi have a did it have a flash on it?
It had a white screen. So
it had a camera.
So hold on, I'll read this description. This is Nintendo's copy. When it's dark, people need a simple source of light. Period. Flashlight, emphasis, changes the dual screen of your Nintendo DSi system into a flashlight with added features. You can change the color and intensity of the light. Use your Nintendo DSi system to read under a blanket or to get a serious source of light when taking night hikes. Flashlight EM could also be helpful in other situations, such as a warning light when your car has broken down. Neil, who did not want funny at this point in his life, simply wrote, "The last title of the week is Flashlight, which is a flashlight for your DSi. Published by Casa. This application costs you 200 Nintendo DSi points." End of write-up.
200.
Which,
oh my god!
Which is $2. Like they tied points to a penny for some fucking reason.
Because yen.
Yeah, but like the funny thing for us was anytime we encountered this phrase, like we just lose our goddamn minds.
Wouldn't you get the same amount of light, just like I don't know, opening up PictoChat or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Exactly.
This is by far the least useful app on the DSiWare service. It's amazing.
Yes. No. From the press release I was reading, the releases that week were on WiiWare, Jet Rocket, Pong Toss Pro, and Robin Hood: The Return of Richard. Everyone spam your Robin Hoods in the chat.
Oh god, is that the same one?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Virtual Console Mario Tennis. Nintendo DSiWare, Maestro Green Groove, Date or Ditch by Gameloft, Animal Color Cross.
God.
They knew what they were doing. Ancient Tribe by Circle, Brain Drain by Enjoy Gaming, Battle of Giants: Mutant Insect - Revenge by Ubisoft. And as you saw these kept getting these press releases, you're like, it's a Gameloft game, a Circle game, an Enjoy Gaming game, a Ubisoft game. That's what DSiWare is.
Yeah, the same.
And then where's
the same criminals every week?
None of them are from the Czech Republic this week, but you'd be surprised.
There was a stretch where we would get. Is this? So Neil did write a blog called "This Week in Awful Downloads," and it's just
I just linked that to Matt.
This long thing where he just gets mad. He's just really upset. Whereas I wrote an article.
And then the first comment is from Guy in 2010 saying that was depressing.
Next week when either of us win Mario Party, who are we gonna punish with the flashlight game for the DSi?
I mean, it takes like 3. Imagine getting that running on an emulator on your PC. It's just such a facile exercise.
I feel like the punishment stream should be the process of getting that running on an emulator.
It is such a facile activity.
Don is not going to end up doing DSiWare. Don is going to buy a bunch of 99-cent pieces of trash on. James, do you know what Don's punishment stream is?
No.
He is going to watch the 2013 announcement press conference for the Xbox One.
Oh God.
And every time someone says the word TV,
Oh
she's
God.
gonna stop and play 10 minutes of eShop trash.
Oh.
TV.
Which is something that, again, there's tiers of punishment. Where like the punishment that I would give James is pretty banal and pretty benign, and then there's like people who are more willing to accept punishment games, like Matt, and then there's the true depths of hell.
See,
which Don can handle.
I'm too old.
Yeah,
I don't want to
that's
deal.
the kind of tier where it's like you hear a typical punishment and you're like, oh no, that's too easy. You got to give me something more.
I'm looking for this. So I wrote an article in one of the Powered Off stories about the downloads, and like I would write these like featurey things, and the person who was running it would be like, James sent us a thing. I don't know what to make of it.
All right, last thing. I'm sorry, I got to interrupt. I found Nintendo's copy for Aquaspace. They're my aquarium clone.
Oh, here we go. I found it. This is Powered Off 11, where I wrote an article called Longing for the Darkness, and this was me, like, opining the death of the Nintendo download press release. There was a dark era before the dawn of the eShop where Nintendo sold their digital products in a shadowy marketplace lit only by the lanterns of their own murky words. We called this bazaar of undesirables the Nintendo DSiWare shop. The comparatively reputable face of Nintendo's digital empire was the labyrinthian Wii Shop channel, a market stocked with products you might actually desire, though they were often buried beneath wares of no rational consumer would ever procure. It's just this like, oh man, I hate the eShop. I can find things in it. Fuck that. Give me garbage.
I love hearing about this time in Nintendo history because I was old enough to be kind of paying attention, but not old enough to be paying this much attention. So this is just absolutely wild to learn more about.
Was just watching the Nintendo Week videos on their little video channel or whatever.
Nintendo channel.
I linked to the PDF where my article was I just took quotes from the press releases and then did like a little write-up afterwards. So like my notebook Carbon. Make notes, lists, or doodles. Or even play your favorite pen and paper games. Games not included. Because so my notebook was literally just pages you could write on with a fixed number, so they would release other colors as different apps to give you more pages. So when they say pen and paper games not included, it's the same as like if you buy a ream of paper and play pen and paper games on them. Yes, there's no games on the paper. And like literally my comment on it is, oh, there's way too many things here to actually make comments on.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's
I'm gonna get going because it's midnight here.
Yeah,
tomorrow. But you don't feel like you need to stop on my account.
We've completed our objectives.
Thank you very much for inviting me on.
Yeah, no, thank you all for coming. This was like I enjoyed this way more than I expected to. I had no idea how this was gonna go. But I
think it went very well.
It was fun. Yeah. We might have to do this again next year. I don't know how to commemorate a winner being selected though.
I feel like RFN has to like put up a framed like thing on their Twitter. This is the winner.
That's not a bad idea. Go find like a fancy looking frame, a less fancy looking frame, and then like a standard wood frame.
Yeah, you remember the Pictionary game in Game & Wario? Did you ever play that?
Vaguely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, do one of those.
There we go.
If you send me Mad Whale McCree, I can make it into a Twitch emote.
I will put that in the Discord right now.
And if you want your 11-year-old self as Mario from Mario Paint, I'm happy to send you that as well.
I mean, you sent that to me already. I don't want that to be a Discord emote. I desperately desired that not to be a Discord emote. I will put Mad Whale McCree in the Discord chat though.
It became a Discord emote, and I don't remember ever agreeing to that. Maybe I did. I don't know, but it happened.
I have the money.
I have no control over the Discord emotes, but I can tell you, Xander, that I asked your permission before making you a Twitch emote.
I have put it. I have put the whale in general in full resolution.
I think I remember saying, I guess, what are the downsides? And then that was the end of the conversation.
Well, the downsides are people tying it to the wizard words thing. So
Yeah.
that's the downsides.
Speaking of, next week's Mario Party
That's
Monthly.
right.
I would simply not be canceled.
When is Mario Party Monthly?
That is on Friday.
Yeah, Friday, 7:30.
The way that I always describe it is after work time.
Okay.
because
aim for
Friday
7
tends to be my busiest day at work, so I can never guarantee to actually make it to anything on time. But we generally shoot for around 7 p.m. Eastern time.
I have a graphic for the poll. I'll send that to you, Matt. We can get that up and people can start voting. This time, all the boards are based on different parts of the world. So I went all out. I included like all these references to whatever the cultures were being referenced, and it's gonna be great. We're gonna have a good time. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
You're gonna play
I've-
Mario
I've-
Party.
I've-
That's bad. That's something bad happening.
Also, real world cultures is like prime time to get canceled.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
1,000%.
But
And
so-
I'll tell you, I designed all of the like chat overlay stuff like after Mario Party 5, so after the wizard word stuff. So I was well aware of all the jokes. So I think I leaned into it this time, and I might actually get in trouble, but I'll let you
So
decide.
yeah, there is like
Should I like run this by Seren as like, is this okay?
Nah, let's let it happen naturally. I think actually it's just the one, right? It's just this.
What?
there's not.
What
It's
the
just
fuck?
It's just the.
Wait, is there like a specific one you're thinking of?
All right,
Not
look,
just
look.
like a general.
All right,
rate?
all right. Like, there's 9 of them on here. 8 of them are like, okay, that's pretty funny. One of them is like, ooh, that's saucy. But I mean, like, what's the worst that can happen? It's just, it's 8 to 1. It dilutes.
Yeah.
It dilutes it. It's
Well,
fine.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be every amount of milk you drink, a certain amount of turd is allowed. That's a thing.
There's like a part of my brain I have to turn off when I'm not recording RFN, because like if it leaks into the real world, like all the years of like I'm saying this shit out of the side of my mouth as a joke, like that gives me insulation to say things that are outwardly horrible. Don't exist in any other context.
As we said many times, I don't think they care what we do on here. So
No.
we haven't gotten in trouble yet.
Well, that's the thing. There's a certain point where they do, and the goal is to never find that point.
I might like to find the edge of it. I might like to get an email going like, "Do you really think this is okay?" And my response would just be, "Yes."
Streaming for NWR is like playing one big game of RNG mini games in Mario Party. Like you don't know which rope's gonna have the anvil drop on you, but there's plenty.
The
of ropes.
racist one.
Yeah.
There's
Bender, it's the racist one.
Looking forward to Kingdom Hearts.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to find. There are
If we don't know
2
which
Kingdom
rope
Hearts
is
games
which.
that you're gonna have to put pardon the slurs on screen.
Yep.
Can't wait.
There's gonna be content warnings.
There's
I'm looking at my overlays now. They're fine. They're fine.
this goes
That
back.
one's-
This goes back to my comment that the way to deal with Punch Out is to lean all the way over and like just barrel down the hill like you're skiing and just roll, just egg roll down the hill. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna be real though. Okay, with Mario Party 7, I feel like anything I put in, the game did it first. All right, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
If you're using content from the game, you're probably fine because
yeah,
like
I am.
it's just
Emphasis on probably.
yeah. That's not. I'm not doing the stream. It's fucking. I can't get in trouble for this.
What all I'm saying is like they did it. They shot first. I'm just using what they provided.
I have the RFN insurance. It's fine on RFN. I don't know what you're talking about.
Go to Mario Party 7 on the Mario Wiki and just look into the gallery and you'll see some interesting renders.
Interesting
And on
renders. On that, I'm gonna close out with this. Did you know there's an East 8 Christmas album? You're listening to it right now. What's Christmassy about this? Fucking nothing. They put some bells behind it, but there it is. All right. I think that's going to do it. I appreciate everybody coming to hang out and audience kind of hanging out to vote. I know we went really long. I think the right I don't feel bad about Mad Whale McCree winning. I feel like this was a good one. There are a couple other winners that could have been, but the whale beats everything. So on that, y'all, thanks for hanging out with me doing this.
Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, anybody else?
Thanks for inviting.
Absolutely.
Anybody want to hawk anything before we go? Besides the Mario Party stream that apparently Xander's gonna put just one thing that's kind of scary. Just one.
Yeah. That's one. It depends on which board wins, and if you look at the options, there's only one that's like,
What?
all right,
What board should I be worried about? Can you give us that?
Pagoda Peak. Pagoda Peak, yeah, for sure. Which I think is the crowd favorite too, so there's a high chance it's gonna win.
Is the what is the concern on the Pagoda Peak one?
I'm just gonna message you a picture.
So like this would be is the concern that there's some kind of like weird like ancient Chinese thing here that they're throwing in there, like it's a Calgon ad from the 60s?
Well, actually, when I was reading about it, they don't distinguish if it's supposed to be based on China or Japan. It's like kind of a mashup.
Well, if it's Japan, they're mostly safe because it's themselves.
Well, I did not lean into Japan. I leaned into China.
Does a Magic Koopa show up at some point and say Taiwan's definitely a country?
No, but there's not a Magic Koopa, but there are Magic Koopas.
What? No.
Yeah.
No. Fucking.
Oh.
I
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I'm gonna hit the stop button now.